you for it. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. For this is the day. I'll cherish this day that the Lord, He has made. I will enter His gates with thanksgiving in my heart. I will enter His courts with praise. And I will say this is the day that the Lord has made. And I'm so glad He included me in making this day. I will rejoice. It's why you created me. I will rejoice. Yeah, for He has made me glad. Anybody glad? Anybody glad? Anybody glad? I will rejoice, for He has made me glad. Jesus, I'll never forget what You done for me. Just look back on yesterday. Jesus, I'll never forget how You set me free. Oh, Jesus, I'll never forget. Never, never, never how You snatched me out when I was going to go the wrong way. Jesus, I'll never forget. Oh, Jesus, I'll never forget. Come on. Oh, Jesus, I'll never forget. Sometimes you gotta just yell. Ah, Jesus, I'll never forget. No, never. You can't make me ever. Done too much for me. Done so much for me. And I cannot tell it all. Cannot tell it all. Ain't enough day to tell it all. Never forget. Never forget. Never forget.
Stop. You gotta do this 2 more times.
I don't know about you, but I know I will never forget what He's done for me. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the St. James Show here on YouTube and Facebook. I am your host. I'm your prelate, your bishop, and your prophet for the evening, St. James. Will you do me a great big favor? And if, as we always ask you to do around here, as you come in, thank you for watching, of course, but hit that subscribe button. We are almost at 21,000 subscribers. Hit the like button, like. Hit the share, and always become a member here at the St. James Show. There is our handle for monetary support. Not only do we have the handle for monetary support, but we have a goal of 10 tonight, $5 or more super chats in the chat to help the platform, to help the St. James Show, help us stay alive, help us stay right where you want us to be. Thank you so much for starting us off today. Oh, wow, you guys are starting. Thank you so much. Who's the first one? Jesse said, ain't y'all supposed to be ironing y'all clothes for tomorrow? Why is the saints up being messy on the Lord's evening? Well, I tell you, it wasn't my fault. I don't know what happened. People, I don't know. It wasn't my fault. Oh, my goodness. So, Tyrone, thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Tyrone. Tyrone said, praise the Lord. I appreciate those two who helping us reach our goal of $5 or more. Oh, Marcellus, I don't know. It's your fault, Marcellus, actually. You were the one asking the questions the other night. It was your fault that caused all this kerfuffle today. Caused people to just start having diarrhea of the mouth even more. Oh, my goodness. But you know what? It is what it is. We just got to deal with it. It's my recap. Recash that is my fault. What's up? Oh, Nicola. Nicola. So you and Steph want to go. What's the name? Steph Two Fly. Y'all want to go to the back and just duke it out? Is that what y'all want to do? Y'all were just going to fight? Thank you so much, Rejoice, for helping us reach our goal tonight. That is number 3 to our 10 goal of $5 or more chats. Make sure when you're giving, you hit the goal button on top, all right? Hit the goal button on top, and it'll get you right to the right one we are doing for tonight. What's up, Simply Tasha 1? Oh, 2020 is a mess. Mari's in the house. We ain't heard that. We just, the platform. Oh, Jesse. Oh, he's violent. The violent are taking it by force tonight. Everybody violent. Vincent over there violent. Levante over there violent. Oh, everybody's violent tonight. Thank you so much, James Solomon, for helping us reach our goal tonight. I appreciate your support. And also, as always, thank you so much, Kevin. Kevin, I guess you caught your second win. Oh, I got my win. Oh, my win is here. And the windmills today. The windmill is going to be windmilling all night. Trust me. It is going to be, but let me tell you. You say you'll be back. Okay. Vincent was clear. He wasn't like everybody's growing in this as we, go live more and do what we need to do. Vincent was clear, precise. He did his thing tonight. He mapped it out, his story, his truth. Listen, had to give it to him. Thank you so much. Is that Ashley Andrews? Is that Levante's wife? That's who you are? Maybe. But thank you so much for helping us reach our goal tonight. If you're not the wife, please, I'm sorry. Tarsha. Tarsha is a shit starter too. But thank you so much for helping us reach our goal tonight. Here's the other shit starter. What's up, Darius? Oh, that chat. Oh, that chat. Okay, yes, you are. Okay, all right. Oh, that Levante came in like a mighty roaring wind tonight. Oh, they said justice for Levante. That's what they said. That's what they said in the chat. Woo, my God. It was interesting tonight. And for those of you who are late coming in, what's up, Denise? I know there was quite a few of you that I didn't catch in the beginning. I am Courtney Phillips. I think she was the first one up here. Lokovich was up in here. Roz was up in here. We should have calm space over here. Good. Pamela Kruger is here. Member Charlene Walker. Thank you so much. Reid Cash was over there trying to, control the chat over there, trying to get it under control. That was interesting. What's up? Kate Rich is in the building. Gag order. Oh, near 8. Vincent Thorough. Okay, Thorough's ice tonight. LRL opened a can of worms. Yes, the worms were opened up. Tonight. And I'll do a short little recap in a minute. You said Marvin is healed again, everybody. Aren't you glad that God is still in the miracle working business? So we'll talk about that as well. Resurrected Word Ministries is here. Thank you for joining. OG Beauty, Alice Holders up in the building. Rochelle Coleman, trying to give everybody a chance to come on in here before we get too deep into it. Oh, I guess I'll drop the link in a little while. What's up? Inspire is in the building on the duty. She's on her post. Yes. I am Tashi. Cree B is here. Nicola, your fingers ought to be tied. Yeah, they really ought to. All that you was doing up in that chat. What's up, Truthology? Truthology is always talking something, boy. But she be right. What's up? I am Mrs. Ricks. Thank you guys for coming in tonight. Kitten heels, you got on your little kitten heels tonight and tiptoed in the sanctuary. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thinking all that. You said, Derek said, I was drinking after all that. Listen, whatever tea you decide tonight, you got. Whether it be mint, green tea, hibiscus, whatever you got, whatever you wanted, it was in the building on tonight. Oh, man. Okay, did I get this one? I'm not sure. I hope I don't know if I didn't get, of course, thank you for helping us reach our goal tonight. I'm not sure if I got that one or not. That might be new. What's up, JP? It was a super sad drag of some nice and loving subscribers. Yeah. I tell you. Certain hoes. What's up, J2? Good to see you. Oh, I'm going to drop it. Don't worry about it. Give me just a few minutes. Give me a few minutes. I'm going to drop that. Hit that like button, everybody. We only have 53 likes and 206 people are here already. So would you please hit that like button for me, all right? And I know you don't want to, but why don't you just hit the like button for me? Will you do that? I heard you in my spirit just say no. You know what? I'm going to be nice. What's up, Tangela? Good to see you. The spin cycle was on overdrive. I tell you. Thank you so much, Simply Tasha One. Many more blessings, St. James. I really enjoy your show. Thank you so much. And thank you for helping us reach our goal tonight. 10, did I get 10 already? I guess I got 10 already. That was a quick goal. Okay. Maybe that. Oh, yeah, I did achieve it. Thank you so much, Simply Tasha One. You were the one who allowed me to reach my goal on tonight. And for that, I give you honor and praise. All right. But listen here. Don't hold back now. You can always continue to put a color on it. As Inspire said, you can always put a color on it tonight. And that will help us in the program. And we can also highlight your question. If you have a question you want highlighted, it's always good to put a color on it so I can see it. You said they're going to hell. Oh, God. Hell no, I won't go. Oh, no. Denise Monroe. All right. So to catch everybody up, for those of you who may not be knowing what went on in these YouTube streets on this week or this weekend and today, and this evening. Well, the other night, right here at the St. James Show, we had Marcellus from Mad Church Disease and also Vincent Terrell Hill from Safe Space with Vincent and all that. Was over here. We were just chit-chatting and having a good time, throwing back a few questions and just nothing. It wasn't nothing really planned or anything. It just happened organically. And so we were discussing some questions, and those of you who were here, you know what was going on. If you don't know, if you haven't listened to that particular show, make sure you go back. It's the 4-hour show, like on the other night. Maybe when did I go? Friday night, Saturday morning, whatever that was. Okay. But it sparked a lot of questions. We had some questions for Vincent, and Vincent answered them, respectfully. He didn't tell us no on some questions. He just went and answered them. There were questions in regards to his relationship with maybe Larry Reid, past, present, or what have you. And once we were finished, we were done. Of course, we heard some information that we hadn't heard in the past. So it was a very informative question and answer session, even though it wasn't anything that was planned. No lies were told. Well, that's according to, he told his truth. Vincent told his truth. So on this today, Larry Reid goes onto another platform, and that content creator started talking about the questions that were asked on this platform, we're giving them to Larry. Now, they were not asking the questions as they were asked. They kind of were putting their spin to the question, or didn't quite remember, everything that was said. But Larry was answering the questions according to the answer that he wanted to give. Those responses those responses were not favorable for Vincent. And then y'all was really good. Oh, you watched it? Okay, cool. And so Vincent sparked up a live this evening to debunk what Larry Reid, how he responded to the questions, to our live the other night. And the funny thing about it, he also produced some additional receipts tonight, some audio recordings. All right. And what big respect. Where Ray at? What a troublemaker. Hit it. Hit it. Hit it. It's good. Yeah. Let you hit live. Oh, you wasn't live. Okay. Let's see what else is here. You said Larry tells on himself. Well, Larry talks a lot. I will say that. Larry talks a lot. And the more you talk, sometimes you gotta, tell some and keep some. My grandma used to say, tell some and keep it. Oh, Oh, there go the other troublemaker. I guess you and Nicola just want to fight out back. You want to have an old school shootout. Oh, Lord have mercy. Don't leave him alone. 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 All right. So, yeah. So what do you guys think? Before we get, Cotton, did I mention that name? Your next one is timeout, Cotton. All right. Do not type names in the chat that St. James doesn't mention. All right. There may be some newbies around here. Okay. So just don't type names that I don't mention. All right. Yeah, y'all was about to bust some bottles, and Nicola had about 5 of them ready. I hope you had at least 6. Oh, we getting some link hits tonight. All right. What's up, music maker? There's a black church. Oh, we'll get there. This ain't him tonight, but we'll get there. This ain't the Shane Perry show tonight, but we'll get there. And perhaps you would have something to say on that, music maker, when we get there. Okay, so first of all, listen. What should we do first? What shall we say to these things? Happy birthday, Ty Tribbett. Okay, can we start this off the way we're supposed to? Happy birthday, Ty Tribbett. Happy birthday, Kirk Franklin. Listen, happy birthday. Now, Lester Potier, everybody. Listen, remember Lester, sugar baby, alleged sugar baby of Larry Reid. He had the interview with Tasha K and spilled his guts. He's out now talking about. Oh, okay. All right, Marcellus, I saw that. Hold on. Let me pull this up because I can't read it like that. Come on. Really quick, y'all. And listen, and it's going to go into what we experienced tonight. I want to talk about this story because what we experienced tonight and what Vincent talked about, some additional information that he gave. Should we throw out Lester Peltier story? Should we not consider what he's talking about now? Lester is now coming out. Of course, he was the one that said, he was the sugar baby of Larry. He was his so-called, they faked him a chef, and then he got married to Latrice. And boy, did Levante have a lot to say about Latrice tonight. Well, I was saying, no, what is he talking about? The wife? Oh God. But Lester has now come out to say, even, because he retracted his story once after he said it on Tasha K. All of a sudden, he retracted it. Now he's coming back and he's saying a lot. He's saying a whole lot. He's saying, this is his public statement, and I just wanted to read it. We're not going to stay on this long. We are going. I will drop the link in a minute because I sure want to hear what y'all got to say about what we witnessed tonight. He says, today I speak with a heavy heart, but a resolute spirit. I am Lester Peltier, and I have recently endured a deeply disturbing and traumatic experience that I can no longer remain silent. I came to the United States with hope and optimism, seeking new opportunities and a fresh start. However, I was betrayed by individuals I trusted, manipulated, and exploited in ways that have left me deeply wounded. My ordeal began in Miami when I was lured into a deceptive scheme under the guise of friendship and support. This manipulation escalated in Atlanta, where my passport was confiscated on September 23rd, 2022, effectively trapping me in the United States against my will. This act, coupled with the coercion and emotional abuse I suffered, constitute human trafficking, a heinous crime that I will not tolerate. I was forced into a marriage under false pretenses. My immigration status used as leverage to control my actions and silence my voice. I was offered hush money to conceal the truth, but I refused to be complicit in a cover-up. I am now taking legal action to seek justice and accountability for all those who perpetrated these crimes against me. I am working with a dedicated legal team to ensure the full extent involved is held accountable to the fullest extent of the law. We will be pressing charges and pursuing all available legal avenues to ensure that justice is served. It is important to note that the individuals involved in this scheme have engaged in defamation and slander to discredit me and undermine my claims. I want to categorically deny these false accusations and reiterate my commitment to seeking truth and justice. This is not just about my personal journey. It is about protecting others from falling victim to similar schemes. I want to raise awareness about the insidious nature of human trafficking, manipulation, and exploitation, particularly when communities where trust and faith are paramount. I urge anyone who has experienced similar abuse to come forward and speak their truth. You are not alone. There are resources that support system available to help you heal and seek justice. I am committed to using my voice and my platform to advocate for change and to ensure that others do not suffer the same trauma that I have endured. I believe that by speaking out, we can break the cycle of abuse and create a safer and more just world for all. Thank you for your attention and support. I am confident that justice will prevail. Lester Peltier. What do y'all think? What do you guys think? Do you think that after listening, what's up, Knockout Media? After listening to the response that Vincent gave, the additional information, Levantre's, what he talked about. I didn't say it was a well-paying reality show. Oh, okay. Guess he wanted the card, not the coat. He wanted the card, not the coat. Somebody call immigration. Well, it's funny you say that, K. Rich. It's funny you say that. Well, in the other content creators chat while Larry was speaking and Lester's name came up, well, look at what Tyrone Blackburn posted in the chat. The attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, who is now representing Youngblood against with the TD Jakes case. He wrote in the other content creators chat today concerning Lester Peltier, no English, green card marriage. What's his name and their address? I hear ICE is paying for referrals. This is what Tyrone Blackburn put in the content creators chat today. Now, they did not acknowledge it. But my thing, Tyrone, will somebody go call Tyrone and let Tyrone know? He may not want to put that in the chat since the person in the that's on the platform has been accused of paying Latrice money to marry Lester Poultier. Huh? Could somebody go tell Tyrone Blackburn that he's in the chat and he's chatting, and the guy that's talking about Lester has been accused, and now, as we just read, is going to bring charges against Larry Reid for manipulation, trafficking, and some other things. Tyrone is talking too much. Yes, he is, D-Rock. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Jake's lawyers got that screech. Oh, if they don't have, they have it now. Oh, they have it now if they don't have it. I think so, Tyrone. I think he's as dumb as he really looks. Because, and for people to try to say, oh, no, this was stupid. This was dumb, especially as an attorney. Why are you throwing digs in a chat concerning someone's status? I thought about you here, Dave. You need to, since they doing referrals, you that broke? You got to go turn in an immigrant? Are you that broke? We'll see how broke you are when Jake's get finished with you. Uh-huh. You said if the super chats got people jammed up. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. So I just thought I'd bring that to light and to bring that to make sure that everybody sees what Dwayne Youngblood's attorney does in chats. Okay? Mm-hmm. Did you guys hit that like button? So y'all just gonna keep on windmilling and battling in the chat? Uh-huh. You said, no, don't tell him nothing, Irene. Let him keep up acting up. You don't want to be an attorney. Listen here. Marvin Winans is cancer-free, everybody. Again.
I've been sitting on something since Tuesday after I left 6 a.m. prayer. I went to the doctor as the urologist wanted to investigate to see if the cancer had come back. And that morning, those of you that were here,
y'all go, there's the link. Y'all go ahead and line up in the vestibule, Ray.
know that I taught on the lesson, the finality of healing. That when God, when God does something, it's final.
Yay, glory.
So when I went in at 9 o'clock, he had the cystoscopy, and we looked on the monitor. He said, well, There's nothing there.
All right.
Yeah. I said, I know there's nothing there because it's fine.
Shout more, Marcellus. Shout more.
Yatata bobosi.
Will make you think, you know, it could come back. You know, it come. Now, I want you to understand this. You know, the doctor had told me that I would have to have a bag and I'd have to have chemo, and he had connections, and he could get me into the Carmanos Institute and all that stuff. And as I told you, I looked at him and said, "Sir, I don't believe nothing you telling me."
All right.
And now, it would be different if I hadn't seen it. Your faith must rise above what you see.
Y'all can go and see the rest of that. It is posted on my page. All right, go ahead and see. And we praising God for the healing again, Marcellus, of Bishop Marvin Winans. Now they did have Sacrificial Sunday today. Now,
Okay.
It was a good time to tell a story, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, there's more money flowing. It's more money flowing. Wow.
It was Sacrificial Sunday, so he laid hands and collected them envelopes today.
Well, St. James, I just want to thank you so much for keeping me abreast of all of this stuff going on in the carnal church sector. But I must tell you, first of all, I must tell Jesus all of my troubles.
You shouldn't have to bear these burdens alone. In your despair, he promised. Listen here. Now, who would have thought just a conversation, Marcellus, the other night would initiate such a kerfuffle?
Well, let me first of all say it is all your fault. And I want people to be very clear about that.
And yours.
No, it ain't my fault. Because let me tell you something. And I'm going to blame a little bit of this on Reid, too. So let me go on and throw that on
right,
there, too.
Right. Talk about he sang at church today. What'd you sing?
Yeah,
Mary had a little lamb.
Listen here. I kept trying to tell Vincent, don't say that. Vincent, hold that back. Hang on to that, Vincent. We'll talk about that later. Next thing I know, I did not realize that these people done made video after video talking about us today.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting here. I haven't heard. God is my witness. I didn't watch it. I just trust you, and I trust you and Vincent, because Vincent had to run over there and watch it. He told me, he said, well, Marcellus, I got to go watch it. But let me tell you something, St. James. Well, I can't say what I want to say. Is this a safe place for me right now to just be myself? It's late at night. What time is it? Man, fuck them niggas. You hear me? Man, fuck them niggas. I ain't studying them niggas. I'm just gonna keep it straight 100. They've been lying since we met him. Larry is who he is. We know who he is, and I'm not backing down from nothing. I don't feel threatened, nigga. You don't scare me. I don't know what the fuck these niggas think that they gonna do. And I'm sorry. I just have to be myself, man. Fuck them niggas.
But you know what the interesting thing? Did you say it or did Vincent say it? It's like, Negro, you are in Dubai. Why are you online trying to, windmill for, if there are lies and rumors, let them go and do your big one in Dubai. But you have to consider that folks are, it may be something to it when you way out of the country, but you have to click a link to debunk what you're saying is a lie. I wouldn't care about it.
Well, and that's the truth of the matter. The reason why he's always talking, and I knew he was going to be pressed. I told Vincent, I say, Vincent, he going to be mad about this here live, because I knew it. Because first of all, he's a narcissist, and
Yeah.
narcissists don't like for you to talk about that. But if you somewhere in Dubai, as he like to always say, man, stay over there and do what you do. Why are you so stressed out about what's
Yeah.
going on over here, bro? For real. And then why you throwing people's parents up in the conversation? You
Yeah.
that jealous? You throwing up Vince's mama
Yeah.
and daddy? Like, what
Yeah.
the hell?
And what I didn't like about the whole kids thing, first of all, they're not kids. They're over 18 right now. But you put them in a whole documentary.
Right. And had their mama over there looking like a whole fool.
And they're fighting, and the girl was fighting her daughter.
Yeah, exactly.
In the documentary. So it's like, please.
But see, he's always crying the victim. And see, this is the other thing about him that I tell you that makes me angry and gets me to the point to where I don't like dealing with this dude, because this dude always he fucks with people. And I'm sorry, I'm on that tonight. I'm sorry, y'all. With people, and then he comes back and he always cries the victim, and then he tries to pretend like, oh, he's the pastor, the prophet, prophet over there sitting up, cutting up, cussing you out, calling you all out your name, talking about your mama and your daddy, running all of this stuff down, and then he expect for you to take the high road. Okay.
Now, see, it didn't start off on that platform. It started off this early morning over there at Tasha K.
Well, I didn't even see Tasha K, because
I saw Tasha K.
I haven't seen any of this, St. James. I'll be honest, I haven't watched nothing.
Well, let me tell you what went on this morning. See, Tasha K got on because Make It Make Sense I thought he had Larry on his show, but when I looked at it, he was playing Larry and Conscious. He was playing Conscious' show where Larry was on it and he was talking about it. But Tasha was pissed off at Memes because you're like, why are you even giving this guy a platform?
So she was pissed off at Make It Make Sense?
She was pissed off. I won't say pissed off, but she was disturbed because she wanted to make clear that they were cool, but she was really disturbed at Mims, even highlighting that story. Yeah. So that's how it started. And then she went into, sue me. She went in deeper into the calling him, the yag and just, going in, calling him a pedo and everything else. So, but that wasn't, I don't think, like someone said earlier, just right now, I don't know if she kind of spoke to that over there on the other, he kind of spoke to that on the other content creators page today. It's like, you are coming after Vincent, but you're really not coming after Tasha. First of all, I don't believe you and him and Tasha ever even looked at each other's booties long enough to sleep together.
Right. Well, I'm gonna just tell you this. I've watched one or maybe two of those Make It Make Sense fellows videos.
Yeah.
And he's not very kind to other content creators when it comes to Larry. And it just seems like he's supporting Larry. The videos that I watched, it was almost like he was taking up for him. And I was like, okay, I
think that's where she was going with it.
Right, but his videos that I've seen, he's only like took up for Larry, and I'd be like, what are you talking about? Either you're not paying attention or you're not going to other content creators who know these things a little bit better. Something is really, really weird. Something's weird. Now they'll let you cuss a little bit, Mari. They'll let you cuss a little bit.
There ain't no monetization. Yeah, you do a little bit. Yeah, so it started this morning with Tasha K. So she was already on 10 Tasha, and she said that she is working with BET and some other things, and she's feeding them stories, and they're doing like documentaries on it. And she said, I think I'm gonna give them Larry's story.
Oh wow. Well, maybe she said that to get him to shut the hell up.
Well, I don't know. And he did allude to that because he said, I didn't know I was that important. I didn't know I was that.
He act like he is. He act like he's the most important Negro on the planet. So what does he mean he act like?
Yeah.
This nigga. Okay.
Yeah, so, she was really, Tasha K is on him, and it's like, it's a lot. It's like February all over again. You don't.
I'm gonna put it to you this way. I think it's worse in February.
You think so?
I think so, because I think that when he dropped his story, people were gleaming from his story and they were trying to get some information. I think what they have done earlier today on the lead up, on the tail end of our Friday show, is to literally try to assassinate our character, assassinate us, and try to say that we were lying, we weren't telling the truth. You know, when we had a respectful conversation as three gentlemen on a platform, just talking, all we were doing was talking. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to be malicious towards Larry. I wasn't thinking about Larry. Even when the man said Larry didn't have no talent, I'm arguing with the man saying, well, maybe Larry do have a little talent.
Right. Well, you were giving a little bit of props from the other content.
You understand? You understand what I'm saying? So these dudes is whack, bro. They whack.
Yeah. And we expect certain things to be said when people are invested a little different than you. Vincent is invested a little different than us.
He had a personal relationship with this man for 13
years. So
we
we can look at all aspects of things. You can give him his props. Oh, no, he got some talent. We're not going to take all of his talent away.
Right.
You know, but Vincent was like, hell no, he don't. He's horrible. I did everything.
Right. And I can expect Vincent to have that type of response, right? That's an expectation. So I'll give him that. Yeah. But I think St. James, the mere fact that we're successful, we're becoming more successful at YouTube, we're successful in our private lives. It gets under these people's skin to the point. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of this character assassination and things that they be saying, I just don't get it. Because I'm not over here talking about them like that. I just know it's a grift when you over there taking people's money and doing some of the things that were being done. And Vincent has clearly told you the books is cooked. Now, I didn't say that.
Listen here. I mean, see, and that's when Larry knows that he has to say or do something when they start talking about money. And then people in the chat tonight were saying, "Oh, I cancel Patreon today."
Right?
So that is, it's affecting him, and I know that it's going. I don't know if it's going to get any better before it get worse.
Well, the one thing that Daryl and I learned early on, there are two things you can hit Larry with that get under his skin immediately: his money, and when you call him a homosexual. When you say Larry Reid is a homosexual,
now we done heard all these stories, but he just won't. Well, my thing is, and I understand, like I said, I always understand people how they want to identify, but it's like we've heard the stories of him being with men, and he's confirmed the stories.
Right. And what kind of the Vincent said something today. I don't know. Maybe y'all can help me make sure I clean it up for me. Did I hear Vincent say that Larry was bragging because he just slept with a woman not too long ago?
Yeah. Well, he was saying if that happened, then he don't do it often. That ain't something he does.
Right.
That's what he said. If it happened,
I'm sorry for laughing, but my thing
that
was
funny. Vincent was on 10 tonight, and when Levante hit that link, I mean, it was over.
Yeah, Levante's cool beans, man. I like Levante.
But and I didn't like you see the other content creator putting super chats in there and really,
antagonizing
him, and you don't know. He says he's a victim, but you're going to antagonize him in front of 1,000 people on this chat. And whoever else will see it going forward. And you're going to call yourself a reputable with, integrity type of content creator. But you're totally disregarding Levante and whoever else says that they were a victim.
Well, they always do that. Now stay right there for just a second. They always discredit the victims. They make fun of the victims. They talk bad about the victims. They're just, and that's why I always use the word disgusting. That to me, St. James, is the disgusting part of what they do. Because I'll be honest with you, I can overlook a lot of stuff because a lot of this stuff just rolls off my back. But when you start doing what they do to the victims, that's when I just get really peed off. Like, what are you doing? You're a grown man, because we're not children. We are all grown individuals, and we know what we're doing when we talk. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the part about that I have to be honest with you. That makes me want to fight, like literally fight. Like, I don't understand that.
And I think about that, and I'm like, when you see things like that, it verifies why you shouldn't deal with certain people.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It just verifies it. It says, you don't think straight. You're not like sane. There's something wrong with you to sit there in a chat. I don't care if we had doubts on Levantre's
story
account.
Right.
As a content creator, as someone, as a social media influencer,
right.
Why would you slap your subscribers in the face that have experienced what Levantre says he experienced, whether it be true or not? Why would you do that?
Well, you're doing that because you're trying to appease this larger content creator that you feel like is going to do something for you, or
and don't get nothing
right
about him.
Right. Absolutely.
Nothing about him.
And it's really sad. It's really sick. It's really demented. When Vincent, we had to play that audio, because see, here's the thing about Larry that Larry needs to be careful of. Listen, Larry, now you can mess with a lot of these other vloggers,
but you better leave that heel Negro alone. Leave it alone. You God can handle it better than you can.
I heard that. Listen here. I wouldn't even say words with the V in it. If I was very upset, I'd be like, I'm error upset. I wouldn't even put the V in it.
And he is sitting on way more. And I don't know how many times Vincent can say, yes, I was a dirty damn dog. I was over there sleeping with Reid when he was married. I was horrible. I repented. All you can do is say, I was wrong. I repent. But we haven't heard that from the other party.
Well, and I'll tell you, that's one of the reasons why Vincent slowly gained more of my respect. Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, because in the beginning, I wasn't supporting Vincent. I was like, okay, I told Daryl, I say, hey, bro, until this man come out here and name names and tell the tale, I am not over there. And when he started doing that, I said, okay, now I can somewhat support Vincent, because I'm like, he's divesting himself of all of that stuff from Larry, and he's just telling his truth. Larry still ain't told y'all the truth. Larry's still over there lying. He lied every week. Every day.
Yeah. But my thing is, and then, and like, I love how Vincent said, you go over there and listen to St. James and us over there on that video.
Right.
And then go over there and hear what Larry said.
Correct.
And you figure out, first of all, the questions weren't being asked over there like we asked them. It was very messy and nasty.
Did he say we lied about Josh being over there with Conscious TV? Did he say we lied? Because that would show the truth.
No, I don't think he said it. But did he say something at the end, Todd, about, well, Josh has a new house down the street from them now? Or somewhere to live down the street from them now?
Listen to me. I haven't talked to Josh in a bit. But let me tell you something, because I had already known that, St. James. How did Josh do that when he didn't have a job? He showed up with no money. He showed up to Conscious TV house with a plastic bag. Okay. They didn't even let Josh get all of his belongings. Okay. He ran away, and he ran out of the house. And I don't know if Vincent went into it in detail, but let me just say this. He was effing mad because when he found out who his daddy and Larry is and was and what they were doing, he was pissed off because they were telling him he had to live a certain kind of way and do things a certain kind of way. And we're talking about an 18-year-old man who was like, hey, wait a minute, you guys are doing this, but then you're telling me I have to live like this when you guys are doing what you're doing. And he was really pissed off about it. And everybody can understand that. If you've ever raised a child, you know how they can get at a particular point in time. So it's like, instead of Larry and him being respectful and sitting the young man down and explaining some things to him, they just gonna be rude to him. And so he had to run away from his own mama and his own daddy.
Yeah.
And then what about, I didn't even get into the fact, Larry, that he said you was always trying to kiss him and kiss him in the mouth and all of that kind of stuff. I never got into that, Larry. So if we go,
Joshua said,
oh, he sure did. So don't go there, Larry, because I got more things I could say that I didn't.
Everybody just hold a lot of stuff in their bosom. Courtney, you can come up if you want. It's pinned. It's pinned.
Please,
there.
everybody.
And Larry said they got him that. Oh, so Larry said, But when did that happen, though? When everybody started to know where he lived?
Yes, and let me tell you another piece of this thing. I had told them a while ago when everybody was like, "Oh, Conscious TV and Larry, they no friends. They kind of becoming distant with one another." I say you a lie, because Conscious TV is holding on to Josh, and they have Josh over there in Conscious house, and the only way Josh was going to be able to make it is Larry was going to have to spend some money in order to keep Josh over there and to make sure that Josh had a place to live. How Josh get an apartment or a house when Josh don't have no job, and I could tell you everything that everybody in the house was eating. Okay, I know you ain't got no.
Well, Courtney said that Larry said that that what's his name they got the apartment for him. So I guess they got the apartment for him.
Of course they did, because Larry had to do the same thing for Josh that he does for all of his male lovers. He got
cammed up tonight. All right, Courtney.
He got to put him away. He got to get him a place to live. I'm a hush, and I'm gonna let y'all speak because I'm getting mad. That's why the channel's called Mad Church Disease.
Okay, Jesse came up first. What's up, Jesse? Are you gonna be good? I know it's a little rough for you to be, and I.
We're just gonna act like that didn't happen. That was
okay. Great, and it's a new day. Go ahead.
It's a whole new day. Praise the Lord, saints. I don't take none of this stuff serious for real. But I like to create mess. But what I just saw, because I came in at the tail end of Vincent's video or whatever.
Okay.
But what I saw in those last 30 minutes was completely disgusting.
Yeah.
Seeing, like I've shared this before, being somebody that has a history of abuse and all of that, it's really sad to see grown people come back and invalidate somebody's story.
Yeah.
And, this is YouTube. We were, going back and forth in the chat or whatever, and Ray had said, this is a reality show. This ain't no reality show. This is people real life. Ain't nobody getting paid ain't no contracts here. And that was just nasty.
And the sad part about it, that it's not just a reality show. This is real life. This is real stuff. We are getting somewhat entertained by it and talked about it, but when we really think about it and think about all the intricate, arenas of it, and what it's a horrible thing. What's up, Courtney? Your thoughts?
Ooh, St. James, let me tell you something. It's bad when I had to get on the video.
Yeah.
Okay? I started to message you the other day and tell you to make that live, or ask you to make that live members only, because I knew.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I knew the way Vincent was comfortable enough in sharing, which he rarely does on other people's platforms like that.
Right.
I knew this was going to happen. But I said no, because it's your platform. You can discern, what's best for your platform. So I wasn't going to.
I mean, I didn't. If he would have said something that I would have thought needed to be, and I would have put it on members only or something like that. But I mean, this was his truth. I know they talk about they shouldn't have brought up the kid, but first of all, they're not kids. And then second of all, you guys have done a whole documentary with them kids. And we have seen some horrible things in regards to the children when they were not 18 yet. So, I just think that, and the way, I just hated the way that the Larry crew tried to disregard Levante and continues to do that. And I don't care if it's this Levante, it's just anybody, if it was Levante or Billy or Bob or Sarah, it's just nasty and horrible. And I think it's disgusting.
Because if I was Levante, I would have found people, I'm from the trenches, so I don't play that. So I be trying to tell these people, tread lightly, keep it cute.
These folks are just keyboard bullies, though. Yeah.
I'm torn with that. I'm not disregarding anybody's story or anything like that. I just have questions, because now you have Larry saying, look, I'm right, because the case was dismissed.
Right. Because he can legally say that, and it's the truth.
Right.
But
Well,
digging into the reasons why says other, we understand why it was dismissed, but
Hmm.
what you say?
Again, I'm not saying that, I'm not victim shaming or anything like
Right.
that. I'm just saying that
It
the
does give
court
him the
of
right to say
people
that.
opinion.
Yeah, yeah. It does give
Well,
him the right.
he was trying to walk, from what I understand, Levontre was trying to walk away from the situation and wouldn't really collaborate with the police. Is that what happened essentially?
Well, I
no.
guess when they sent I guess it wasn't to the right address or something like that when they
He
actually.
tried 2 times. The first
Mhm.
time, Larry filed in the wrong county. He did that on purpose because he was trying to scare Levontre. The second time, from what my memory, Levontre eventually did get served, but he, of course, didn't go to finish out the process. But Levontre was on tour. And Larry knew that because Avante is a musician and he travels and he was on tour. Larry knew exactly what he was doing when he filed that paperwork. He's trying to get that man to stop and mess up his money. And Levontre wasn't going to mess up his money, not be able to take care of his wife and take care of his family. So again, I say Larry is just lying and he's just spinning a narrative. But that is what I just said to you is the God's honest truth. Larry is just lying.
And this, I don't know why people are acting like this is some, fairy tale fantasy. This stuff happens all the time. I've
It
witnessed
does.
it where,
Yeah.
these guys that are undercover and everything, they do go touch on,
Mhm.
teenagers and, people that's inappropriate ages. So I don't know why it's you trying to sit here, people are trying to sit around and act like this is the first time things like this has happened. Obviously, Larry has a problem because it's a lot of people that keep coming back out saying things.
Mhm. Mhm.
So
Mhm.
why are we acting like this?
Did you watch it, Mari?
Okay, so because I have a life, I missed almost everything that took place up
Oh,
until
oh.
yeah, up until the end of Vincent's life, just a little bit ago, and was absolutely disgusted
Mhm.
because, like I just don't understand. For one, the question that said person was asking, I'm gonna just call it Marcellus's neighbor was
Mhm.
asking, it was just so off base. Not only was it just like
My neighbor. Now you done made me raise up my neighbor.
Child.
He couldn't live in my neighborhood if he wanted to. His fat ass. Don't get me started.
but no, because I'm like, for me, aside from the victim shaming, just all of the deflection,
Yeah.
no one is
Mhm.
ever answering anything with a real answer.
Right.
It's these long pauses. It's all
Mhm.
these drawn out, well, but so and so did this. And just how Vincent was able to say, yeah, we like I look Levontre had said at 9:30 at night, okay, so what are we gonna do now? Levontre was trying to hit the curb. What you mean? What,
Mhm.
like, that's
Mhm.
not anything, like the fact that they immediately wanted to make that sexual
Mhm.
was, it just tells you that Vincent, it truly is like cracking open
Yeah.
the addiction to the sexual and the
Yeah.
sexuality and everything mischievous. Because yeah, a teenager, and I don't remember how old he said Levontre was at that time, but he gonna be like, we gonna hit the streets, we gonna hit the club, what we gonna do, what we gonna do? Because you're in Atlanta, you're young. Atlanta was like that girl and still is for,
But
you know.
I think what Vincent was referring to was it was nighttime. Certain things happen in the house at nighttime.
No, that's what I'm saying. So that's
Oh,
exactly, yeah, yeah, yeah. So for Larry and them to be like, oh, okay, it's about to be something like frisky going on, and for whenever they were having their little gossip session, Vincent kind of being like, yeah, well, Levante kind of asked me like what we're gonna do at 9:30 at night is kind of indicating things that could have happened at 9:30 at night
previously.
with
Previously.
others in the
Yeah.
house,
Yeah.
but it
Yeah.
definitely was given, because even when he said it, I before he could say it, I was like, Levante is probably asking because he wanted to go out. He's a sport. If he was in sports, all they do is party, drink,
But
whatever. And
Vincent's
yeah, you're
mind
part of the
automatically went
church.
Vincent's mind automatically went to something sexual because that's the arena that they were in.
Because
Exactly.
he was already doing the stuff with Larry. And I want to interject to say this, Mari. And what really got me in the conversation is when that man said that those grown men were walking into the shower.
Yeah.
When that young man was in there taking a shower, and they would be sitting on the toilet or doing whatever they was doing and trying to have these conversations. I'm sorry. Now listen. My father has never even bought me a towel in the shower. You understand? I'm just being
Put it on the
straight up
door,
honest.
and I'll open the door and
Right.
get it.
Okay,
feel
stick
me?
your hand out.
Now my mother's
hand
different story. My mama come right on in there. I don't mind that from mama. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in a different time, different type of house, right? So mom, good. But my father coming, or a man coming in the bathroom while I'm taking a shower or doing whatever, if that don't perk up your ears, and I'm sorry, I put this in the chat and I'm gonna say this publicly again. These are just men who are trying to take on the role of a woman. You are not a woman, and you're doing certain things and you're behaving in certain ways that with a young man, impressionable man, you should not have been doing. It was to me, it just was out of pocket. And I'll leave my
And Marcellus, it was something you had said previously that I agree with. Well, I've been agreeing with you all night because as soon as you came on here cussing, I was like, this my type
I'm
of party. I
sorry.
was
I'm
like,
sorry.
come on. It's ghetto tonight.
Look, I'm gonna have to sit. Listen, you're gonna make me have to sit St. James or CashApp. Go ahead.
But that was making me cuss tonight. Go ahead.
I know that's right. But anyway, so but no, it was something Marcellus had said. At first, Vincent, last year, we was like, okay, with this whole victim thing, y'all throwing this word around, and we just like, we ain't feeling it. But as time went on, I've been feeling Vincent a little bit more. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you.
That's why he got my $2.99 tonight. Because otherwise you notice I ain't put no
was classic.
Look, I'm telling you, St. James made it hard for me. I got to stream on multiple devices. I got St. James on the phone. I got Vincent on the TV on mute real quick and the members only right now. I'm like, ooh, they making it hard on me tonight. I was like, I ain't even got caught up for what I missed today.
Oh, man. What's up, Levante?
Hey,
Levante, you really do need to hit this link. I need you to hit this link, Levante.
It's pinned if you want
okay,
to.
For real.
Am I look, not to say and this doesn't mean anything, but am I the only one with dang, his voice is deep as hell. Like, I did not know his voice was that deep.
Every man, that's what the people were saying.
So, Courtney, listen. Where do we go from here? Like, is this just gonna, just
we need to talk.
Happen?
Can we talk some more about the mess before we move on to where we gonna go after the mess? Because I still got some talking that need to come through.
Hey, man.
Well, go ahead, Courtney. I know she has something else to say.
I was actually going to ask you, St. James, how do you feel about people that really don't like you, right? But they are analyzing all of your videos.
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
Crazy to me. That is crazy work.
No, this is the side of YouTube no one watches.
But I mean, I feel like you've been scrutinized. How many months has it been now when they started going in on you?
St. James is not new to this. He's anointed by God. He's separated and consecrated.
And to answer your question, Courtney, I consider the source of it. I really do. And it's not I just consider where it's coming from, because I know for a fact that, listen, I try to be as, unbiased as I can, but certain bullshit I just can't get with. But Tasha K said something good in her video this morning. She said, listen, we all try to be as independent as we can, but has an independent won the presidency anytime lately?
Nope.
It's always been a Democrat or a Republican. So you have to eventually pick a side of where you're going to lean on. And I think people it's just like with the Jakes thing. I can't lean with Youngblood. So if you want to say that I'm on the Jake side, you can say it if you want, but I'm on the side where I can clearly comprehend the best to my ability. Youngblood just ain't nobody I want to be behind. And so I consider the source where it comes from. If it's a content creator that is supporting, foolishness, windmilling for foolishness, then I'm not going, no, I can't do it.
And that was my problem.
So I just deal with it as it comes, but I consider the source. I know how to block people. A content creator called me today and we had a really good conversation. And I was just saying, when people have gone on other platforms and my name is brought up to spin a narrative.
Absolutely.
My name is, the people can come on the platform, just like William went on the platform. He wasn't talking about me.
Right.
Surely was not. They turned that whole conversation.
Thinking about me. But my name came up. And then, what you didn't do, you didn't hear what he said, and then all of a sudden, I'm the bad guy. Same with Larry. Larry wasn't publicly thinking about me, but bringing my name up. And now this whole video, but we know that Larry went over there to debunk the video.
But let me
that
say
he
this.
didn't watch.
Right. But let me say this, and I'll drop off, and I love everybody on the platform here. Now that looks like jealousy. Now, if we really want to talk about jealousy, that it's given. Oh, let me go call Larry. Larry, come up. Let me tell you what they said. All the time.
It goes back to exactly what St. James started with. Just like he said, you're over in Dubai. You're up at the butt crack of dawn in Dubai.
Yeah.
But you're in Dubai. But you have to come address me, the nobody, the jealous one.
Yeah.
You're in Dubai.
Well, you got that anointing on you, I am, Courtney. So I don't know if you want to drop down. You might want to stay up here so this anointing, this residue can remain.
It's on you. You and St. James, y'all the one got the block hot.
No, I want to hear.
You know what? I thought about it, but I didn't think, like you said, you were going to hit me up and tell me to do it. But I didn't even think about it that long, Courtney. I didn't. I was like, what? It was
did y'all see the way St. James looked at me when I was trying to get Vincent to be quiet? If he could have killed me, he'd have shot me dead. Look, he leaned to the side.
Was almost there. Ooh, I said, if Marcellus don't shut his mouth.
Look, I said he leaned. Listen, he leaned back and leaned to the side. Y'all go back and watch.
But you know, and it's. I don't have no superpower, but I got the Holy Ghost, okay? And I know how to hold them and know when to fold them. So I just consider the source of where it's coming from. And if I know I really haven't done anything or said anything to somebody, why am I getting all roughed up when it ain't that serious? Even Larry said on that other platform, we really don't know each other to have an alt like that. And it's true. But the other content creator wanted to drill an alt. They wanted to make sure an alt was there. And I'm like,
what?
CashApp.
He says he has so much content.
I know.
He got so much he can talk about. All y'all want to talk about is Larry.
You can tell when it goes low, I get popped up in there some kind of way.
And that's the crazy part. Like, that's the crazy part because, like, St. James don't take none of this stuff personal. Like, he has a real job in real life outside of YouTube.
Yeah.
So it's like, what does he have to be jealous of on the other side?
Nothing.
Like he said, y'all had to, you brought his name into it to try to spin something. And it doesn't make sense where it's like, we all are, quite frankly, very happy, very blessed, and we don't go looking for mess.
And that's the thing.
Like, you report on it, but you don't purposely say, okay, who do I want to just go after today? Who should I bring up to try to, like, we're not beef sector, Cardinal Church sector,
Yeah.
whatever.
Right.
It's like, come on.
But
Well, now
that
this is the Cardinal
go ahead,
Church
Corey.
sector.
Yeah, definitely the Carter. And
Well,
you
it's
know,
very carnal, but not the beefy part.
No.
This the
and see,
best of
what,
you.
how foolish.
Right.
But that's why there was no olive branches, Tashi, for me to accept, because I knew it was never genuine. So that Ray came over, this as nice as he can be, trying to be, and I told him absolutely not. Because guess what? After that was told, off to the races, more bad things were said about me. So that means in your heart, you did not want to reconcile anything. And I knew that. And it further, because now that you're attaching yourself to all this foolishness, now I know where I'm standing. I'm standing where I need to be. And I made the right choice.
You just stood 10 toes down as a man and stood on your own 2 feet
Like
and did what you had
whitehead.
to do. Yeah. No, I love what's talking about that. But the fact of the matter is, and that's one of the reasons why you guys will never hear me mention their name.
Yeah.
I never mention these content creators' name because, first of all, they're always claiming, well, we don't know them and we don't know these people. And I'm just like, you know what? You sat over there on a platform with a man for 4 years while he was dragging me and dragging Daryl for 4 years. You know exactly who I am. So I'm not about to play this game with you and go back and forth. We're just not doing it. And first of all, everybody on this platform, well, I know St. James can walk. I assume Courtney had to get over there to that chair. So you understand what I'm saying? I've been on camera. You can see me moving and coming and going. No, I'm not going to be
and that's funny, and but I mean, it goes beyond that. I don't care if they walk, I don't care if they sit there and eat themselves to Bolivia. I don't care. But I'm just going off of what's being presented to me, and what's being presented to me is somebody that I don't want to fool up with. I'm just sorry.
Trash. It's trash.
Because the girls watch St. James. I keep trying to tell y'all, the girls watch St. James. Everybody.
And I said before, it's dangerous to hook up with someone who does this for a living. They will do and say anything. And
just like you said, how they re-asked the questions wrong.
And
then, that's not what was said.
Ask the questions wrong. You're asking it for a response, a negative response from the one you're asking it to.
Right, because the one you're asking is, oh, well, I didn't watch it. So what did they say? What did they say?
Yeah,
well, they said, no, don't do that.
Let me clarify something too, because I know Marcellus and some other people do it for a living. What I'm talking about, when they do it for a living, but they're nasty, that means they will say and do anything to keep that money, wherever it's coming from, flowing. Because
no morals, no ethics.
That person is like very desperate and has been desperate for a while to get this clout and fame. Because I was sitting, y'all know I love Kaya Gag Order. Let's talk about the order, And so I'm sitting there going through some old videos at work, and then I look up and I see this person. I hear this person. I'm like, wait. I know this ain't the Cardinal Church sector.
That infiltrated Kaya.
Like, what? So you Jobs, Kaya, Larry, William, you're just everywhere trying to get something, and you still not it. And the people, I want to congratulate the people tonight, because y'all 8 people up in that chat.
They ate down, baby. They ate down.
But you know what? You know what, though? Respectfully, though, I think people are getting hip to it.
Yes. Absolutely. And the one thing that I can say is, with Vincent, he, in his healing era, he has to process a lot after the fact. And so he'll talk, and just like how y'all had therapy on Friday night going into Saturday morning, like that was like therapy for him. Like he felt like he had another safe space to go into, and he just just wanted to chop it up with the bros. But and then when he's on his live, like when people come at him malicious, he doesn't think to necessarily fight back, jab back, whatever in his healing era right now. So, and that's the part that I don't like because it gives people that opportunity to come in and try to, like Tarsha said, cyberbully him or, pick at him and
You
be like,
talking about Buddha?
Yeah.
Well, no, Buddha needed to calm down a little bit because it was when St. James first went over and did the interview with him. I don't know if you were around or not, but I had said something a little slick. You know how I am. It is what it is.
He was a little quick on that trigger.
Yeah, and he was just like going, had to cut the show and everything. And I was like, bro, I'm just playing. I'm on your side. Like, I done said this publicly, like I'm on your side.
But
like,
it was understandable because, I mean, coming out and saying all that, everybody was coming after Vincent. Like, you saying all this, but you still was in it. And some people are still saying it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I understood that, like, that it was a triggering moment for him. So, like, I wasn't about to just sit there and keep going in on him or nothing like that. And I didn't take a personal offense to it. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was gonna catch on, and I wasn't even throwing shade at him. I was throwing shade at Larry, really. But
we know you are good for doing that. Yes.
Okay, he gonna get him to get the girls riled up.
God don't play about what. But
okay.
But
yeah, so when was that? When was that, Jesse?
That was May. There was some time in the spring.
Yeah.
Okay, so
May,
for
June.
me, I'm trying to think when I actually started following Vincent because I feel like he was on defense for a good 6-7 months after the February stuff because he wasn't sure who he could get comfortable around. Yeah. And then I think after so many therapy sessions and
he didn't trust me. Even today he keeps talking about, because I mentioned this, he'll get his 15 minutes of fame and he said me and Larry,
cackle.
Leave it alone.
I cackle every time he says that because we all said it. Sadly enough, we all said it. But yeah, I feel like
me and Larry out, but more people said it. But it was just what we're used to. It's what we're seeing. And people come out here, they do these exposés. They last a week or two, a month, and then we move on to the next expose. So that was my thinking, and at that time. Like if he can be real honest, he's better now, but he wasn't what he was right now back then.
And that's what I was gonna say, because he was still, for one, he didn't have anyone he could trust.
Right.
The eviction, bankruptcy, repossess, like he had
all that out.
So when you're in that nasty space, of course you're gonna bite back. But I'm talking about his actual, like, okay, once he calmed down from all of that stuff
Uncle Tim
and entered. Oh, Uncle Tim. Baby. Yes, that's all I'm gonna say. Yes. But yeah, now that he got out of like those first 6 months where everything was just falling down, and then he actually reached a level of calmness because he wasn't in the hustle and the bustle of moving, also while trying to figure out why every content creator is trying to come for him. Now he processes stuff slower, and so like, instead of biting back, because he'll still sometimes do it, but
he'll attack back now. He will.
Yeah, it's like, so he's like, okay, I'm gonna give him some grace to say what he wants to say, ask whatever, petty little question he wants to ask. But he is taking the high road, even though a lot of us still want to go low with certain people.
But I did send him some messages, and we're gonna fix a couple of things because some things should never be allowed. There was a couple of things that were done that was completely off the.
Yeah, I think because I've seen some people that would have been blocked long ago on that chat.
Yes,
but when they got 10 pages, it's hard to keep up.
Well, just keep blocking them. But you know what? You can be a troll, but you got to understand the psyche of that. It's putting their name up there in super chat in the chat so people can go to their channel.
Correct. Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. You're selling your soul for a click and a view.
Right, because it clearly said the whole title of his show on YouTube.
I thought that was a fake page at first.
No. Everybody thought it was, but wasn't.
But wait a minute. He accused you. Now let's clear this up for just a second here. But he accused you of being the clout chaser and just going to everybody's platform trying to get to build a name. But
they accused me of going to people's platforms to build up my channel. And I'm like, first of all, in YouTube or as a social media influencer, you got to have good collaborations.
Right.
The problem is he doesn't know how to have a good collaboration.
Right.
And on top of that,
collaborations have failed, most of them.
Yeah. Well, then, and on top of that, just being rude in the comments, just being and purposely saying, well, I'm about to go live.
Well, and that's strategic too. So the thing about it over there, not for Vincent, over there for their own personal deals, and over there to make sure that who they're windmilling for sees that they're still windmilling for them. See, you see me? I'm doing my job.
I'm just like, why does this relationship mean so much to you?
I was just about to say that.
It's someone you have never met in person.
That's a lot of my issue,
Well,
it's hard for me to get that invested in people I've never met, and some people I will never met. I've met Jesse. I know that he's a real person. I caught his spirit. I know, we had a good dinner, good collab. We went to the concert, went to dinner. We had good conversation. So if he act up, I might, feel a way and cuss him out or do something,
Okay.
It would be warranted because I've connected with him. I just can't connect and have all these feelings. And there's nothing against you guys, because I'm sure we'll meet. We'll meet. But what I'm saying,
we're gonna be on a cruise.
You're right. And other content creator it's like, I can't have those feelings like that and be like ready to really tear you down and try to keep you from growing. What? I don't have that kind of energy in my life.
Like,
But
you're
St.
not going to try to
James.
tear us down, nor are you going to be like, oh, that's my dog. I'm going to go down
Right.
with him. It's like,
That Courtney
calm
said,
down.
hold on, Mark. Go ahead,
But
Courtney.
St. James, when I'm giving you $500 here, $1,000 there, what do you think I'm doing there?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think these people are windmilling?
Yeah.
Well, and Vincent said that he gets broken people, builds them up because he's known, he's the quote unquote popular friend at this point.
They will
No one
never
wants to
travel with
lose
him.
the popular friend.
Never. He will never get them
They will
like
never travel
Irene
with
said, a
him. Let's be clear.
$475 round trip for the never.
Never.
Well, when you 475 pounds.
Well, you would have to.
Now let me say this, because Daryl and I have actually talked about this a lot. You notice he's never seen with all of these people that he plays all these cash apps. He never is seen in public with them at all. He will never be seen in public with these people.
Vincent said it's a certain type that hangs around, that has to actually hang around him. Vincent described that. That's why he said,
You have to look a certain way. He would make sure they dressed a certain way. Yes, you had to look a certain way.
He wanted you to look as straight as possible, and them going in there. And if you've seen Larry walk, I don't know how anybody didn't know Larry wasn't gay.
And the way the lips are perched, like, how did him and Mako both get their lips perched?
Well, I mean, he does have the permanent mascara or whatever, the eyeliner or whatever he does. He did say he did that. So
every man.
But no, for me, it's just everything from the walk and just the lip perch. Like, why are both, like, how did they both get Mako and him both got them lips just perched the whole time?
I'm not here to judge that, but I will say that Larry is a mind guy.
Oh, yes.
He knows what he's doing. Let me sow into these people. Let me do this. Let me do that. And let them feel like they have massive access to me when they really don't. They have but so much. We won't be seen together. We're not traveling together. But I throw you a couple of dollars. I let you come on my platform only because you actually called me out about it.
Yeah.
So I bring you on my platform.
Right, because it or somebody else brings it to, and then all of us like Marcellus, we're now gonna get the business plan, right?
Right. Well. Oh man, I am Courtney. I told you have the anointing on you. Listen here. She no.
Because Vincent called it out. No business plan.
But
Now it's going to be posted.
but what she just said when we kept calling him out about not being seen with Conscious TV and then he invited y'all remember he invited Conscious down to Atlanta and all that stuff and Conscious
He
was
invited him to.
bragging about
Wasn't that
that.
the concert?
Yeah, some
Yeah,
concert.
Beyonce, or was it
Yeah,
the gospel
No,
one?
I think it was the Kirk Franklin one. I think.
yeah.
Okay.
We called him out on that. Now here's the thing, like Vincent said. Where's the business plan? And he
Yeah.
calls them investors. Now I want y'all to hear me because this is the grift. He's calling these people investors. What are you investing in? And then somebody told me he only has one employee over there. What they doing over there with one employee? Are they digging a hole in the ground? What exactly?
Well, they say Mark
Well,
Cooley
yeah,
is on
he
his way
absolutely
over there.
said he had one. He already hired one employee.
What is this
He
one
said it with
person
his
doing
own
in
mouth.
Ghana that's supposed to be generating income? This one person. What is this
Who
one
said?
person doing?
Was that
I
somebody in the?
forgot.
Hold on. Is that someone on the panel or someone in the chat said? You're a millionaire. Why do you need other investors to come in and invest?
Because he's really not. But go ahead.
But it's going to be interesting because. But we know that Larry does not like when you start talking about money, and Vincent was bringing that money issue up, and it. But one thing about it, I believe in my heart there were two people that won't be sued from Larry, Tasha K and Vincent Hill,
and we know this.
Well, and my thing is this that just in the years that I've been dealing with Larry threatens everybody. They threaten. Let me see your transcripts because she put out a as we lay video showing that Larry kissing old boy Bernard Jordan on the forehead. He threatened to sue her for that. Larry's always threatening to sue some darn body. You know what I mean? Give me a break. I'm over it.
Yeah, he'll threaten it, but then he'll turn around and say, I can't spend all my money suing people. Do y'all know how much a lawsuit costs? Do y'all know how much da 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 da? So he'll threaten it, but he doesn't do it.
With Daryl and who else did he sue?
Levantre, right?
500,000.
Oh yeah, he did not spend that much.
Yeah, he really did. He lied, and everybody keeps trying to convince me of that, Mari. But you smart, Mari. You know better.
I'm just saying, like anyone can look up how much a filing fee costs and how much it costs to pull up a document on LegalZoom.
But he was saying that he had to get a private investigator to try to find him, though. And he said that's where the bulk of the money went. That's what he said.
How you gonna have to
He
find
lied.
somebody who posts their tour schedule on their social media?
He
I'm
lies.
just saying what he said.
You can have the server ready for the next city.
Yeah.
And
Oh
that
no,
man
Courtney, I'm
said-
with you because I was with you the other night because I had to tell Marcellus. I was giving Marcellus the rundown about Tyrone, and I'm like, Marcellus, I'm just telling you what he said. I'm just letting you know. So yes, I'm with you. I'm just telling you what I agree. That's what he said.
Just like that man said that they put him in Marco put Josh up in an apartment.
Right.
That's what that man said.
They had to do that because we were talking crap about him, and we already knew that, and so that's why they had to do it.
But
because they didn't know when
do.
it leaked out that Josh was with Conscious. That's when I believe they got the apartment because they figured they better get him out of there.
It was an embarrassment, and if you know what goes on, well, I'm
Joshua
sorry,
is Shamarco's son. Keep
Right.
up, K-Rich.
Look, I don't want to say, but when we dealt with CTV's boyfriend and helped him get a hotel room and get him to a place safe, that young man told us what went on up in that home, and I was troubled for Josh being up in there. You know what I'm saying? So no, and they better had get a house for that, get an apartment for that young man. But then here's another problem. Josh has never lived on his own. Why would you go get an apartment for an 18-year-old who has never lived on their own? He has never showed you any pattern of him knowing how to take care of bills, how to run a home, how to take care of those things. Now, we're all adults on here. So why are you rushing to go get this? Oh, you know why? Because you don't want him with you. Because in order for him to live with you, he's got to endure your husband or
But Marcellus, that's also their other form of control. I'm getting you this apartment. I'm getting you this.
You're
I'm gonna
correct.
pay for it because that's what he does. He's paying everybody's rent. Remember?
Bingo.
I pay my wife. I pay the mother of my children's what. That's him. That's his. That's one of his manipulative moves.
You are
He
correct.
gets everyone up in a house to get that power and that control. See, you need me. I'm paying all your bills. I'm doing all this. So
But the
that's
thing about
why.
we didn't know none of this stuff happened. He didn't say it, you know.
Well, and
Even
then
if
the other
hold
things.
on, even if things leak out, I mean, and then that's when he'll come out and then reiterate and then tell it. Well, yeah, and it's like now you're telling more things that we didn't know, whether it be truth or whether it be false. Now we got this narrative now that we have to spin now. So he could come out and even he can be doing it tonight or doing it wherever on somebody else's platform, but I wish he go do what he doing in Dubai.
Yep. And
What
then on top of
Dubai?
that, how he always
What
says like.
Dubai?
How he always says like the members of his Patreon know, they know, they know, they know. Okay, when I
No,
was a
what?
part of the Patreon, when they were having issues with Josh, all they quite literally said was, "Oh, when we were dealing with the issue with Josh."
Mm.
Like they don't give any details. That's how they quote unquote address it. So the members of the Patreon knew they were having quote unquote issues, but they didn't give the details. We got the details through social media, obviously, and comment sections on YouTube. So it's just like they act like it's so transparent and it's not. And then on top of that, how what was said earlier about Patreon? Oh, how he was like, "Oh, I could delete it today or whatever." I guess he tried to say, "Yeah, because you're still sending out blast text messages to everyone's phone number you ever got in life."
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
his money, the majority of his money doesn't even come from the Patreon. I explained that on my video that I did about the prophetic phone calls.
Yep.
I tried to explain to y'all how he makes his money. That's how he's getting his money. He's so full of shit.
How he getting this money? I want to know.
Well, I
I
got
don't
look.
You
know.
gotta go. You gotta go. No, he really did break it down. He
Yeah.
broke down the
Do it
whole
again.
cycle of the phone
Well, I don't
calls.
want him to break it down now. You
Look,
go
look
over there to
right,
Marcella's
Go
exactly.
watch
page.
it, cause yeah, he broke down the whole cycle.
Look, and I took you to their websites. I showed you how all of them are doing it.
What's the name of that video, Marcellus?
No, it's called Lovie Elias Affairs and the Prophetic Phone Calls. That's what it's
Okay.
called. I had a part 1 and a part 2.
Yep.
I showed you how they make their money. And they can get mad all they want to, and they can threaten folks all they want to. It is just a fact. I actually called somebody that used to be around that circle to verify that the numbers that I was given and the ways that I was thinking was right, because I just started thinking about it one day. I'm like, this just doesn't make any sense. This man has never had a real job. He
Hmm.
how's he making this money? And then when I read that charisma article, that opened it up for me, you all. And so and the reason why I mention the money about Larry all the time is because I know the ninja don't like it. So I mention all
No,
the stuff
that's
he
what
don't
he
like.
don't like. Yeah, he
Yeah.
don't like that.
Yeah, but no,
That's why
it's
it's
definitely a
interesting.
vicious cycle. And
Yeah,
those tears, that tear breakdown, I was like, whew,
hold on. That's
huh.
why it's interesting to
And no
see
refunds.
what's going to happen, because Vincent talked about some more money issue things tonight. So how is he going to come out with that, or is he going to leave it alone? But
The
I don't know.
money's funny. The money
Vincent
been
got a
funny.
lot of receipts, he say.
But do you think that was clear when Vincent communicated about the money? Do you think that was clear?
Not really clear. I don't think he really gave the detail as he probably could have gave the detail. And like he even said, now we was crooks back then. I don't know what they doing now.
He did it twice. Vincent
Yeah.
has actually talked about this 2 times, you guys. The first
Yeah.
time he was clear. I think this time he didn't really feel the necessity to go into it really deep because he had already talked about it before.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the fact of the matter is, I mean, hey, Vincent, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it's hard to talk about these things without implicating himself.
It
You
is.
you
It is.
understand what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
he was up
Yeah.
in the thick of the stuff.
Because he was the assistant. He was the one. And think about it, like you said, I did Larry Live. You did a lot of things. So it's hard to take yourself out of it now when you've done a lot of the things with, and I think that was the problem with, I think Sean Davy Wade, that was his issue. And
Well,
some other of the content creators but he's come out and said, you know,
Yeah, I mean, at this
I
point, he's an
repent. I've
unconfidential
done it,
informant.
you know.
Yeah,
Ugh.
he's just at this point he's an unconfidential informant. And if anything, he would be the I guess the Rosalind Weems of the story on this hand. Like he got
Oh,
the
I am
intel, so he
so
might get a slap on the wrist.
Whitehead.
Why I am so curious as to if Ween, because it's interesting. I say this because Larry really wanted to make sure that on the other content creators today that Weems, he didn't investigate her. He went on the word of his mentor. He really wanted to make that clear today.
And you know
That he
why?
got her from Bernard and he didn't invest. He trusted Bernard.
No, you know why he did that? Because in that same video I just mentioned to you all, I highlighted for you on his Patreon, he is still advertising stock advice, and he's advertising it without having a licensed stockbroker
No,
or
no, he said
anyone.
he mentioned some guy's name. He
No,
said
no,
it's
no,
given
no,
stock.
no, no, no. Stop. Hang on, wait, hold on. In order for you to give out financial advice, now this is my bailiwick. Now let me be very clear. If you advertise financial advice on a website, there must be a license number on that website with the name of the
Mm.
person who is giving out these tips. He's still listing in his Patreon that him and his Patreon are giving out stock advice. He is not a licensed broker. He cannot do that. It is illegal every way you look around, and he can try to distance himself all he wants to, but you in the thick of it, ninja.
He said it come from God. He get the stock advice from God.
You can get all
I'm
the stock
teasing.
Okay.
advice.
Though he
Yeah.
did say something along those lines, though.
If you really want to do stocks and bonds, you can just get on the app. Like, why is
You
people
can.
listening to this man?
Cash App, you can do that on Cash. You can
Oh my
invest.
goodness. And this stuff been around for years. I had it back in 2016. So what it was. Oh, I hate that people, but you know what? Because I'm like, why are people following people that are obviously mentally ill? But I mean, look at who's the president now.
Yeah.
It's just a weird time to be alive because
It is a weird time.
yeah, because you be like, sometimes you be like, well, dang, am I crazy? They be having you questioning, are you sane? But I'm very sane and I'm very intelligent. What y'all do is a bunch of bull and y'all lie all day. Y'all are professional liars.
No,
That's all y'all
Jesse.
done.
Jesse, the only people that are smart and intelligent are people that agree with Larry.
I
Larry
need to
is the
see the
smartest one of
degree.
them all.
I need to see the degree and not a photocopy from 1985. I need to see the degree.
But see, that's why I said the other night. That's why I got on and say, listen, y'all, don't be deceived. Don't think that you're crazy or you're not getting what other people are getting because you're not falling into the Dwayne Youngblood trap, of making him some hero.
And
And
he
you
has a
guys are
third
not
victim.
considering his victim, him as a victim.
Please. He has
Spinning that
another
whole
victim.
narrative. Just like that. Don't you think we thinking clear? Don't worry about it. We thinking clear. Don't be deceived.
And by the way, tomorrow I'm going to introduce you to a man that's going to tell you about Dwayne Youngblood's third victim that he has not talked about or mentioned
3.
in the public. So we're going to discuss that on tomorrow. But see, when I tell you I'm sick of these people trying to get me to feel sorry for this man. I'm over that. Now he has another victim, and we'll discuss it tomorrow.
Marcellus, he was just telling his story.
Well, it was a story. Now, in my house, my mama would have called it a motherfucking lie, but that's different. That's what my mama would have
He
called it.
is an honest man,
He's
Marcellus.
honest and so
One of the
credible.
most integral, one of
The
the
most
most top
integral.
five.
Yeah, my mother would have been like my mother in my house. No, my mama would have been on, been like, Marcellus, if you don't turn this crap off, I'd be like, okay, mama, whatever. But I'm trying to tell you, this man is sinister. There is a level of sinister
I
to
don't know,
this
Irene.
that him and Larry are participating in, and they know exactly what
And
they're doing.
Tyrone.
And Tyrone, they know exactly what they're doing, ladies and gentlemen. In my opinion, they most certainly do.
Can I answer that question? That Irene had put up. First of all, I love you, Irene. You are hilarious to me. Do you
Thanks,
hear me? Oh, she's so funny. But nonetheless, I don't think anyone is going to go to jail.
Mm-mm.
I I don't. I think Larry knows how to cover his tracks now. He has money, all the things. He has
Well, he
he
can't
said he
cover
had
that
about
wedding.
10 lawyers on his
He can't
side.
he can't cover that wedding. I'm sorry to tell y'all, if Lester
Yeah,
ever got some
that's
money,
gonna be
let
I think that's going to be a problem. And with
oh
Lester coming out saying now that he has a legal team, whether he has it or not, he's saying it. And see, he's trying to say that he was manipulated and
oh
trafficked
oh, I got some
into
recordings.
being married.
I got some people recorded St. James who said how much Shamako's wife was paid for the wedding. There is a recording.
Well, they said
So
$10,000,
oh well,
right?
see, you already know.
Let
Yeah.
me say this.
So I mean, it's out there, bro. He can go to jail for
Lester,
that.
I'm sorry. Lester needs to go on and pack his bags because Trump is gonna be at the door in the morning.
Ice,
I'm
ice.
sorry.
Yeah,
There is
and,
no there
and a
is
part of
no
me is
thing.
like he's trying to maybe doing a lawsuit like this, trying to get out of that. Trying to stay
No,
here or
mm-mm,
yeah.
no.
Now, see,
Bye,
I
Lester.
Well,
normally
he has to figure out a lot of things because yes, they will be knocking on his door while they try to figure out whatever his case is. It doesn't matter.
They're not even
If
trying
they
to figure it out. They don't care.
Yeah,
Courtney
they
has
don't care.
to
They're
do.
gonna come knocking on his door. But the thing is, I think was it Colombia who rejected the plane? Some of these countries are rejecting.
Mexico. It was Mexico.
Oh, okay. But yeah,
Mhm.
some of these countries are rejecting it. Now, depending on how good his attorney is, he could potentially try to find him asylum somewhere else if they don't allow him to do asylum
Lester
here.
doesn't have an attorney.
I don't think he does.
He's
He's
trying
saying he
to
has a legal
raise
team, but I
money.
think it may be for a threat against Larry to maybe divvy up that cash
correct.
Hey,
or that
Lester,
passport.
Go find an immigration attorney. There's gonna be a long list,
It's
baby.
not gonna work.
But no, but
He
I'm
can go
just
get
saying it
one right
might at
now.
least get him asylum to like Canada. Cause like they might not approve asylum for here, but Trinidad, how they said he was all over the news in Trinidad,
Mhm.
they likely he's not gonna be welcome back home very like
No,
lovingly. So
they
he
Bye,
can
put
try
his
Lester.
to get
court date
asylum
all
to
over.
another country.
No.
Well, he should have came over to my house and he could have got his green card. I don't know what
Good
he.
night.
Oh, you had an extra
oh,
bed for him?
oh, I had an
Okay.
extra green card.
Lester is out of here. The government does not care. He could
Yeah.
have uh the best immigration attorney there is. I remember when the first time this happened, I know someone who got deported
Mm,
and they're still they still trying to make their way back. And that was a long time ago. That's Trump's first
yeah.
stint or whatever. So it's not happening. I'm sorry, Lester.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
out of here.
I think he is.
Poor
And it
Now,
Lester.
just
now
takes
Lester
a
done been through all these many trials and toils and
Trials and
He
snares.
can go on
tribulations
Tasha
tour.
And
K. He
He
can
listen,
had
go
to
on
take little
everybody platform.
beans. He had to only get pleasure for 3 minutes. He been through a lot.
he's been through
The
a lot.
American dream has failed him.
He ain't gonna get no money and he gonna have to pack his bags up. I'm sorry to this man.
but with
They failed him.
back to
He's
Irene, with the, is he going to jail? The internet is a funny place.
Mhm.
Whitehead, we seen him come on the internet,
Yeah.
create a media storm all in a
Yeah.
year and end up in federal prison. So I
Well,
wouldn't put
now
it
we knew
past
Whitehead was
Larry.
going to jail.
But if what, but
Yeah, we sure did.
if
I don't see Larry going to jail.
one good media outlet gets a hold of that with Larry, and if it's true and there's a thorough investigation,
And even with,
Let,
like they said,
let's
and
think
Diddy,
about it.
but they
Let's think
said
about it.
even with Diddy, we never thought Diddy would actually get trumped up on charges and be in jail sitting there. And they push until, but didn't the video come out
Hmm.
after he was already in jail?
No,
No, it was
it was
before, because
Oh,
before.
that's
that's
right,
why he
because he was
settled
out
so
and he
fast, right?
apologized. You're right.
But let's
Hmm.
think about it. Think about the culture that we're in now. We want all the immigrants out of here.
Yeah.
They do not care about anybody paying money for anything. You are not here legally. You're out of here. They don't care about that other stuff. Think about who our president is.
Well,
Think
Trump
about the
might.
climate right now. They don't
Trump
care about
might
that.
do.
Well, the Holy Ghost spoke to me yesterday while I
What
was
is
in the
that?
Uh-oh.
kitchen.
What is
And
that?
let me tell you what the Holy Ghost said. He said, Marcellus, you had some wisdom even as a child, because when I was in school, we used to have to sing these stupid songs like "This land is your land, this land is my land," from California to the New York Islands. Anybody remember that? I
Mhm.
said, and I used to get these people heck talking about, no, this ain't my land, and I used to get in trouble for saying that. But think about America and how America, that's bull jive. This is not your land. This is not my land. From no California to the New York Islands. We're supposed to be receiving of immigrants, but all of a sudden now everybody's not wanted in America anymore. I find this a unique position. You talk about a strange time, Jesse and St. James. This is some strange stuff going on here.
Well, I'm happy because I'm not about to go there. Never mind. Never mind. Well, yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Jesse got some happiness of the bands being loaded up. So
Oh no, well, because that's a double-edged sword there, because y'all come over here and y'all treat the people that made this country for real like crap. I don't appreciate that, but I do have a little bit of a heart, so at the same time, like Marcella said, you can't deport people and just uproot their lives. But at the end of the day, what I'm happy is about to happen, everything about to crash. Y'all ain't got no construction workers. Y'all ain't got nobody to pick the fruits and vegetables no more. So while y'all was sitting
Just
up
think
there,
about hotels. We don't have people to clean the hotels, and we know who usually do that. What's going to be the wait time for getting into a hotel now?
Yep. So it's like y'all want to sit here and destroy y'all want to sit here and be evil to everybody and discriminate towards everybody and get rid of DEI and whatever you want to do. You're about to crash the economy. Ain't nobody gonna have no money.
That bishop tried to tell him that, have mercy on these people. He said the service sucked.
And then
the
you
bishop
got
tried to tell him.
It, and I've been wanting to say this for a while, but I just think had the right time. But the idolatry that goes on that side, the people, God is not pleased, and the way God is about to come through here, it's no what's the word I'm looking for? I'm tired. It's no coincidence, Lord. It's no coincidence that COVID started coming back up all of a sudden, and we're hearing rumors about bird flu in it, because what did he do back in Egypt? He sent diseases throughout the land because he was not pleased, and people still going around here. It's gonna be okay, child. Y'all, and it might be the end times, child. Y'all crazy.
But
And also, I was just going to say to Irene's point, excuse me, that in terms of Larry going to jail, I don't really see him doing jail stuff. I just see, if anything, just, like the crumble of stuff. He's already filed for bankruptcy multiple times. He's had to restart, multiple times. If anything, I just see another crumbling moment for him where he just loses stuff. But I don't really see him like going to jail for stuff. Look, unless Jakes and his team end up getting the subpoenas and they can get into them financials, maybe.
Things are so weird. I don't take anything off the table these days.
I
Yeah,
don't know
so it's
why.
like if the
I'm sorry, go
right
ahead.
things are connected for him financially, I do see that there could be some sort of financial crime that might come up. But in general, I don't.
with who? Which financial crime? I'm sorry. Who's going to do the financial crime?
Larry.
Oh, well,
I hope it's
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
Ponzi
I'm saying, if
scheme.
anything, that for me, if he were to do jail time, it would be behind a financial crime, only because it's so hard. I mean, the clergyman abuse part would be. I don't know if he'll do jail time behind that, just because of how, depending on venue and
That'll
all
be
that kind of
civil.
stuff.
That'll be
Yeah,
civil, if anything.
I just
yeah.
think
So like that part.
people just need to be a little bit more cautious. If you're going to go out of the country and invest your money, a lot of money out of the country, what happens if things go awry? What is your recourse? Is it just gone? So I don't know. I don't want to detour people from wanting to make money, but
I think
I look at what you do here first.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What you do here, have you built that investment here first, and all of a sudden it's going to just quadruple
But he
and out
ain't
of the country.
We
even
don't
built.
have a business plan.
Lord have mercy. He ain't even built a successful business in church in America. How in the world are you going to go to Donna and build a successful business? And what are you going to do? And I'm not trying to be funny, but Mari, he is, in totality, he is an investment crime. When you look at him in the total picture of who he is a crime. The whole idea of this man is a crime. So I don't, I'm trying to like wrap my head around the fact that you're saying if all they really need to do was do a proper investigation. I got people emailing me right now asking me questions when they go to the website and go, how does he have an LLC and he's the only one?
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. And I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be Jake's, but if whoever does bring forward and gets the right financial
You
documents.
know what? Now that we talking this out, I think he keep up a lot of this mess, and I kind of alluded to this before. I think he keep up a lot of this mess so this can kind of stay under wraps under this sector, because if this stuff starts getting out into like the shade room and the
Well,
neighborhood
he doesn't mess
talks.
with Tasha now. He doesn't mess with Tasha
Yeah, I
now.
think that's why he keep sending money over to certain people, so it kind of stay hush hush over here. It don't blow up too much, and hopefully it don't. So he can
Well,
kind of keep
No,
his
he wants it to
finances
blow
under.
up.
No,
Yeah.
I don't. Right now,
Mm.
you think he want it to blow up
Yes,
since everybody keep talking?
but
because he
when
said it
Jake,
himself. When it blows up, he gets more subscribers. People
Yeah.
come to
That's what
see
he
about
telling
him.
y'all. He a mastermind. I don't
Mhm.
believe it. I
no,
think he
but the
trying to
No, but
thing
that's
hide.
is,
true though.
It does
when,
happen, but
Hmm.
he's taking it on as a positive thing. But in the
Hmm.
long run, it's not a good thing because he's
right, because he
losing.
thinks all press is good press at this
Yeah.
point.
Hmm.
But when he's officially named as a co-conspirator, Shade Room, who likes TD Jakes, is going to give the update because they dropped
Shade
it
Room
when he
weird.
filed it. But
Shade
I
Room on
mean,
Well,
but
they
something
said
else.
that, you
that's
know,
the
they
audience
say
that
that
Larry wants.
Shade Room
Does he?
has a business that with Jake's. They were saying that
Hmm.
Like,
Jake's own Shade Room, but I don't know if he. But I think he
that's not true.
invested in it. People were saying that for a while.
No, that's not true.
Yeah, yeah.
I seen the owner of the Shade Room, and it's a
Well,
woman, and
it
that's
is a
not.
woman. It is a black woman, but they were
Hmm.
saying that Jake's invested in it or something. I don't know.
I don't
Yeah,
think
but I'm
so.
just saying, if Larry is officially named, well, when he's officially listed as a co-conspirator, he's going to get swift press through that. And when I say the Shade Room is who he wants to reach, I just mean in terms of numbers. Like that's
The,
not
the,
his
the numbers
overall
like a Shade
target.
Room would get.
It's
Yeah.
owned by the
Yes,
Jakes.
that's just like the target to get those numbers of
Let me
access.
say
Mhm.
Like,
this. I'm gonna say something that's unpopular.
Okay.
I don't think Larry is gonna be listed as a co-conspirator
Okay.
because I don't think they have sufficient to name. I Okay. Let me back up and say this. Do I think he can be a co-conspirator? Absolutely, but I don't think that they have enough to name him. I really think this thing is gonna wind up
We
being
said it
dismissed.
the other day. I said if they don't come with something that we ain't don't
I
know
feel like they
about,
don't have nothing.
this, this
I
I'm
gonna be
mean,
sorry.
a
I
nothing
I
burger.
It's
I
a whole
feel like
nother sandwich.
Marcellus has put together some pretty good diagrams on his side. And I also feel like he definitely has put it like this, the YouTube videos in perfect artistry and the perfect storytelling, I think are beneficial just because there is the timeline part of it where he started with Manasseh and he kept threatening, I know so and so, I know so and so, I know so, like I know of, I know of, I know of. So I feel like in the comparing him to Eddie Long and all of the comments, I do feel like that is strong enough to list him as a co-conspirator just because he's the one who has shown the longest track record of of hinting at, oh, Jakes pays people off,
Yeah, but
aka
again, he has alluded to in previous cases where he can just claim, journalistic and anonymity or whatever. He doesn't have to tell his source. He can just say, "I heard it. Someone told me," and he doesn't have to. So I hope they're not leaning on that, because if they're leaning on that, he
no. I
already has
think that
Because
would
he
be
said he's done it in court.
he's
He's
done it
actually
before.
said
yeah.
that, and
No,
it
I'm just saying
appeared.
that's enough to list him as a co-conspirator.
No, I
Well,
That's what
agree
I'm
with you,
saying.
sister.
That's enough for him to at least be listed as a
don't be listing
co-conspirator.
nobody if you ain't got no proof.
I feel like I feel like
Okay,
Jakes and them got proof.
hold on. Let me just start off by saying my comment. Larry lies. Now
Lies.
let me be very clear. Larry would need to tell you where he's used that and held that up in court, because all of the court cases that we followed for the last several years, where every time he's tried to pull this stunt, he's lost. He lost the E. Dewey case. He lost that case. That case went all the way to the Georgia Supreme Court. He begged E. Dewey to stop that case. So he lied. And so he always went around here talking about, oh, I've never lost the case before. You another lie. You a dirty dog lie. You're just lying. And it just
There's
makes
been some defaults.
right. It most certain that wasn't even no default. He lost that case. That wasn't even default. So it's just a matter of him he's just not telling the truth. Now, Mari, to your point, I'm gonna say this. I think they need to separate Larry from this lawsuit, period, because they have a very good case against Larry alone by himself. The things that have come out of Larry's mouth, no ways, no how. He said that the man was grooming him. He said that the man wanted to have sex with Manasseh. He went down a whole list of things, so I mean, and
Yeah, because the Manasseh video alone broke down the process, quote unquote, that Jakes took to steal Manasseh from his father when they were on the outs, and to do that's why I'm like the YouTube videos in depth. And like we said, he done broke up with Archbishop and Manasseh. Well, I don't know if he broke up with Manasseh, but he's broken up with Archbishop. Archbishop and them might be like, look, this what happened. Manasseh gone and tell him what happened. And
Well, he
Manasseh gonna
spoke to
tell
that.
them.
He spoke to that today about the breakup again between them, because I'm still trying to figure out. And he said that it's a little murky, but he was saying how Bernard was just so very happy that Larry spoke out against what Jake supposedly did to Manasseh. So, and I'm like, and again, everybody, we're only hearing all this stuff has only come from Larry. We never hear anything from an opposite side. So,
yeah, I don't know. Something just tells me that Manasseh and Archbishop are just hanging out until
it
they're
blows
asked
over.
to. Yeah, they're just hanging out. Oh, but the other thing that I was gonna say, back when so back how he was showing like, oh, Manasseh didn't know I took these pictures and did this, that, and the other, and got the quote unquote evidence off of the laptop and the phone or whatnot. I was trying to tell Vincent, remember he said that because how Vincent was like, oh, I don't know how they would have gotten my screenshot. Well, he's he'd be pulling the okey doke and he'd be sneaking in through people's technologies because he admitted he stole
Yeah, he did admit that he took that. Manasseh
I
didn't
think
know.
Manasseh knew that, but he didn't want to,
right, like
make it seem
no,
like
no,
Manasseh
Larry, don't
showed
make it
him.
seem like I set you up, or like I'm helping set this up for you. No, let's
Manasseh
keep
knew
it.
that.
yes, keep in mind, Larry and them is good at crafting stories. This is all crafting a narrative. That's
Just
all
like
it
the
is.
production we saw the other day with Tyrone on there and Loki
He
coming
popped
in.
up. Oh, I think this is my first time ever getting to speak with you. I go, why he always gotta say that?
He just
Oh, I
Y'all
fake,
don't
really
think.
nice
fake.
Ring, ring, ring.
friends.
Oh, it's Prophet Lovey. Hey, what's the word of the Lord today? Huh?
He's like, you're an honest lawyer. Like,
I
oh my God.
know. I said he's doing this again. He's doing this again. Talk about honesty. And then the other content creator today was saying, I think people are chumming up to Tyrone Blackburn. Oh,
Tyrone about to throw Larry under the bush. I don't know if they're
I mean,
reading in
so far
between the
under the bus.
lines.
And my thing
Like,
is, Sir, you're in the chat and you're talking about wanting to know Lester's whereabouts so you can talk about this green card marriage. Are you aware that one of the culprits, the alleged culprits of the green card marriage, was the
Is the platform
and is on the platform? Ding dong.
So which bar accepted this? Because that's why we got
New York.
161 pages of just 7th grade book report. Well, what was going on, honey? Jesus, these people are
that's what I'm just like.
Blackburn got a whitehead spirit.
I can go twice as high. Take a look. It's
Hey,
in a book. Reading Rainbow.
Reading Rainbow.
Blackburn has a whitehead spirit.
Yeah.
I felt it as soon as he got on the live with Larry. I said, "Oh,
yeah."
And he said, ironically, he went to school with Whitehead brother. I'm like, it's given.
Scam, scam, no scam.
Oh, now you got me thinking. Now these people who claim they ain't never met before, huh?
Right.
You went to school with Whitehead's brother. Larry knows Whitehead, and there could have been a connection of something with they might have.
Look, Larry better be extra careful because he could be getting his lick back for a Whitehead. Tyrone setting you up, Larry.
No, Whitehead was in on it too because it's all a scheme set up by
Todd.
Not by Todd.
Not by Todd.
I don't trust them. I don't trust them.
I'm telling you, I'm just like Tyrone. And I mean, that's the one thing I can say is Tyrone, he doesn't really quite know all of everything that has gone on in
So as a lawyer, you need to shut up and observe first.
Because did you even go review any of the videos that Jakes was talking about in their letter? Like, you need to go review what the other side is presenting as evidence in order to not be on podcasters' platform saying green card marriage, say English.
I mean, that was so full. I couldn't believe that he put that up, and they did not acknowledge it. I said, "You better not. You better
not." They real good at picking and choosing what comments, regardless of if they put a color on it, a number on it. Scammers United, baby.
But that's all right. Y'all gonna see him.
Go ahead.
He's gonna be on the other blogger. He's gonna be on his platform.
Yeah.
This is
ridiculous. Be somewhere,
but there's always a pattern. So whenever stuff that is said on St. James's platform typically gets addressed in a roundabout way, just like how so-and-so had never been on Larry's platform 2 days later. Oh, and I think this is the first time I ever been on your platform. So whenever St. James says something, a few days later in a roundabout way, it just so magically happens.
Well, all right, y'all. I'm about to dip out.
I was just about to say.
All right, y'all.
Coming up, hanging out.
And I can understand that, Mari, what you said, because none of this would have happened if St. James would have kept his mouth shut and let me.
Oh Lord, St. James was just like it was the leaning for me. He had to lean left, lean right, lean forward. Had to go get some ice cream. About fell out the chair. I was like, "Ooh, this is good."
Well, listen, we have to keep the streets going. Are you leaving? Oh, thank you so much, Courtney.
Good night,
y'all.
Thank you. Appreciate you. But we got to keep we got to keep feeding the streets. And listen, these people make it so easy to feed the streets. This is craziness. But I'm telling you, Marcellus is saying a few days before the deadline, but I don't know. I think we're gonna see something earlier.
I said 3 days. That's what I said.
Yeah. Okay.
My vote
look, not 7. Not that 7 we've been waiting on, but 3. Because we still on our 7th day with the other stuff, right? With the other suits, remember? In about 7 days. Ain't that what Larry told us?
Well, we about 700 days past that. Now
I'm just saying, but Marcellus gave us 3. He gave us 3 of them.
Listen, but this Weems lady, and I said it you know what? This is how I know they watching all of us. Because the other day when I had breakfast, I told y'all, I leaned into the camera and said, the reason why I think this Weems lady is free is because she's squealing on Bernard Jordan. And then all of a sudden, here come Larry talking about this darn woman again. Talking about, I was duped and I was, you were duped, all right.
Right.
Like I
Oh, and
said, he really.
I think I invested this, and I thought, how much did I? You know how he let her check. I wonder how much. I think I invested. I think I lost this much behind her. Oh, so you're a victim.
We see you, Stephanie. But like I said today, he was really trying to make that differentiation that listen, Jordan gave me her. I didn't know her. I didn't even vet her. That's what he pretty said. He didn't investigate anything on her. But does ignorance of the law,
But
you
what
know,
does that? But then what does that say about you as a leader and as a
and
planner?
again,
As
yes, so
as
you can say that, but who are you bring? Your people are trusting you to bring these people in their face and take their advice, and you're saying you didn't vet this person. You're blaming it on Jordan.
Well,
I'm
let's
like,
go a
well,
step further. But let's go a step further. You're now saying you're going into Ghana to create businesses. How are you going to create businesses when you can't even vet a financial advisor to come inside of your Patreon? You're going over to a whole nother country and you don't even know how to vet people? Come on, St. James. Make it make
Well, and then on top of that, how everyone, and, because everyone in the comment was like, "Oh, he's trying to do international money, so no one can touch it." But I'm pretty sure either Marcellus or Tarsha or both of them said, "No, you can touch international money. There's a specific way to touch it, so his money's not going to be untouchable."
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
absolutely. He said the entire evil empire is going down in 6 months. That's what I
Oh,
feel.
the prophet
Ooh,
gave it
that's ain't
6
that the
months.
word of the? Is that the word of the
Is that
Lord,
the word
Gerald?
of the
Listen,
Lord?
they going all right. They going down all right, Gerald. They going down to Dubai.
But yeah, you have to see. Our brother Larry, he talks too much. You have
Yeah.
to think about what you're saying. You're telling the people, not on your platform, but it's going to get to your platform and the people over there that you did not vet Rosalind Weems. You just took the word of Bishop Jordan. Like you say, going forward, can they trust you in your word?
Well, and even just back to the fact of, I think when Vincent's stuff dropped and his mentor told him to stop talking, he never stops talking because he is that arrogant and he thinks his words are going to keep mesmerizing everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And as you can see, a lot of people are being unmesmerized by the words.
Mm-hmm. He didn't
And
put you
it's
in
just,
timeout, Steph. Jesse didn't do it. Go ahead. What? Say that again, Mari.
oh, but yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, with everyone just being so mesmerized because, because even Marcellus talked about a few years, he was even, like not against Larry, but it's just like
Right.
because of how he does business behind the scenes, it's like, oh no, I can't fool up with that
But
mess.
this is a different Larry. That's what I keep trying to tell everybody. This
Yes,
Larry that you
yes.
all have is not the Larry that we had way back in 2015.
Yeah.
He had button up for what do you call them shirts? Hawaiian shirts, all button all the way up to his neck, because he was Mr. Apostolic, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden, it just went left.
Got some tattoos.
Baby. Yeah, and I think it's just for me it's sad because we talk about it all the time is the focus is never on victims in these situations. The focus
Yeah.
is never on truly bringing people to Christ and to actually become better people. It's like we get so, the drama gets the clicks, the views, all that stuff. But it's just like who really is, and that's why I love Miss Regina. That love her. She gonna always take the high road and she always gonna take people to church. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay. I'm glad that we have her to balance out the drama. But
Yeah.
it is frustrating because it's a bunch of Black and African American people tearing each other down.
Mhm.
One's trying to scheme the other. And
Yeah.
it's just like, we gotta do better, y'all.
Um, what did we think about the new voice message Vincent played that put a little more stank on that Levantre issue?
I wasn't there for that part. I got in real late. Yeah. I got in real late.
I'm just gonna tell you right. All it did for me, and I kept putting this in the chat, was give me confirmation even more. Because when I first heard Levante tell his story, and then Larry went all up, and y'all remember he did that 4-hour Patreon live where he was crying behind the scenes.
Was crying.
Yeah, and they were crying and carrying on. I knew Levante was telling the truth. I've always known that Levante is telling the truth. Trying to discredit Levante, to me, and Larry's been, I don't know if y'all have been paying attention, but low key, he keeps trying to get people over on this thing about, when you're 12 and you're 13, that you're grown. He keeps trying to get people moving over into this child thing where, when children are of that age, then they're full adults and all of this kind of stuff. Something is wrong with that man. Something mentally is off over there. I'm sorry.
Go on and say it. Marcellus Day was the little boss.
Yeah, well, he was touching the little boss.
I know one thing. Jives went live today twice, and he has gone crazy over there. He calling out everybody. I said, that Negro act like he ain't just got out of a lawsuit.
He's making his money for his payment. Let him live.
Well, I gave him a little something today, so he only owes $77,835.
Let the man make his video so he can make his payment.
Yeah, so it's wild, but I'm really because Tasha is gonna come for blood if Tasha need money like everybody else.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, she gotta pay someone too.
So
I got to go.
I'm just saying. So she's going to go for blood as well. Go ahead, Marcellus.
No, you gonna make me stay up all night again. I got to go watch Tasha. Now I got to go find out what this other young man done said. I'm gonna be up all night.
Yeah, I didn't listen to John Eddie Wayne, but I haven't listened to that one. Yeah.
I gotta get my playlist set for work. I'm gonna give me a good night's rest, and I'm gonna get everybody queued up to listen to on 2 times speed because some people be dragging.
Oh yeah, I love.
I'm gonna get everyone good and queued up.
I do 1.5 or 2, depends on, Yeah.
Who is GJ or GJ? Who's that?
Blind to see what he
and
said.
Look through the what?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, who is GJ? Ray. GJ.
GJ?
Just put the name in there because I don't know who GJ is.
I'm sitting here like, huh?
Oh, Gerald Jackson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a Gerald Jackson. Is that you? Because I know Gerald hopped on Jives and see he was kind of a Geno Jennings.
The
Geno Jennings.
The North Carolina fella. Is that the
North Carolina beat. Yeah.
Well, he was pissed off that they included his thing in there
in the lawsuit.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was pissed off
yes.
at that.
And I understood that because, I'm just going to say it. I don't know anything, and please don't take this as being shade. I'm not coming for anybody. I never looked at the North Carolina Beat as a credible source. So I just thought it was just a blog that somebody put up and they was just, doing their,
and I think
blogging.
After he got sued, I believe.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was, but he did.
Yeah.
He is fine though.
He's supposed to have a Young Blood exclusive. Well, Marcellus got one tomorrow too.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. They got a lot of exclusives.
We might need to compare notes because when we'll have on a guest tomorrow. The guest went to Youngblood's church, confronted some of the church members. I didn't even realize that when Youngblood, and y'all are kind of getting a little bit of an exclusive here, but when Youngblood actually went to jail, he phoned into the jail. He called into church from jail, and they put him on the speakerphone in front of the whole congregation.
Lord have mercy!
Shut your mouth.
You're kidding me.
No, I want to let the other person tell the story, but it gets worse, you all. This story when you just wait. Tomorrow we gonna have us a good.
Look, I'm gonna need to take notes. I'm gonna be like, hold on, we gonna have to assign videos at this point.
This man is a shame. He ought to be ashamed of
himself.
But
it's really crazy. Like I said, I'm sorry. I can't get on his side. And you're not going to put everything that you experience on DD, on TD Jakes. I'm sorry, everything that you did You're
Right.
not going to put it on TD Jakes or
Thank
one
you. And
individual
that's
person.
why I because of course they were picking and choosing what comments. I
Oh,
asked in the comment
oh,
section what I go, okay, so did or can Tyrone address if he sent a demand letter to the other people that are still alive, meaning the other people who did stuff to him other than Jake's? Because it's one thing to be like he sent that demand letter to everyone that he mentioned, including his own father or
right,
whoever,
right,
but it's like you only sent a demand letter to Jake's. I wanted to know, can you say if you sent a demand letter to anyone else? Or because when you were suicidal, you decided Jake's and Todd or whatever led you astray. So you only wanted to go after Jake's.
right, right. Yeah,
Yeah, and it seems that this man's whole motive operandi is to get TD Jakes out into the public and force him to, I don't know, well, he sent a demand letter. I don't he knows he's not going to get no $6 million. So at this point, it's just really about embarrassing TD Jakes,
right,
ruining his reputation, and I cannot see that the judge is going to be okay with that. I think there's going to have to be something done to Dwayne Youngblood to get him to shut up and to stop telling these story time damn stories, because this is story time that I've never seen in my life. I've never seen anything like this. 167 pages, St. James.
yeah.
Good.
When I brought that up, I was like, "This is wild. This is wild, wild." But I'm so glad the judge has now put a limit on those pages.
Yeah, and
Because
he had
it's
to do it.
ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Because especially when it's just a bunch, it's not even case law. It's like TikTok.
Yeah,
TikTok.
yeah,
It's not case law. It's one thing when you're referencing case law, but you're just pulling in articles of
yeah.
salacious headlines that were never proven to be true. Just because people have said it in the past doesn't mean anything. And the affidavits
Mm.
are just, he has a consistent story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just sad that these people cannot take ownership of who and what they are and
Yeah.
sit in what they have done and created. And Dwayne Youngblood, like I said on my other video, I was just looking, St. James, for one thing that this man could give us that would make me think or turn the way that I was thinking and be like, okay, maybe he might
Right.
be telling the truth.
Right.
I just haven't seen it. And I
Yep.
keep asking everybody, and even if you don't agree with me, if you can help me, because help me, Lord, help me. I'm asking for help. I don't see it.
You know what, Irene? You may be on to something. Is he? Yeah. Is he just on here to tell his brother's story, to give his brother a platform as well, to slip his story? Because that brother is very bitter. He's very bitter with
But the
Jake.
brother slipped his story in the affidavit. He slipped his
Right.
story in his blog. Like, why would
Yeah.
Dwayne be a better vessel to tell the story? Richard could have came out himself.
Right. But
Like,
again, it's the whole issue with no proof of anything,
but
and
that's
it
why I
sounds
keep.
like the wife ain't gonna go with his story.
Yeah, well, like I said, everybody need to go to the Vincent Terrell Hill School of How to
Full of
Tell a
expose.
Story. Exactly, because he makes sure that he done recorded some people, he done got some information down,
And
and
he
I'm
put a
sorry.
couple of threats out tonight.
Listen, exactly. And let me just tell you something. Back in those days, we had cassette tape. We had cassette tape recorders.
Right.
He could have recorded TD Jakes if he felt like he was so wronged and all of this
Yeah,
foolishness.
especially in the confrontation, because the confrontation with the other third party minister who witnessed the confrontation, that could have definitely been recorded because technology was really available by the confrontation date, allegedly.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I just feel like for content creators such as myself, St. James, and all of you that are out there telling this story, just do what we've been doing over the last couple of days and weeks. Make
Yeah.
the main thing the main thing. Let's
Read
focus
the
on
documents, read
exactly.
them,
Exactly.
talk about what we've received, give an opinion, but don't, uh, we don't, but they've been making this so easy for us to be swayed one way.
Well, getting on your platform talking about me or you is not going to solve
It's
anything.
not. It's really
it's
not.
not gonna make these people legitimate. It's not gonna make this man telling the truth. Obviously, Vincent came back and he slam dunked this again tonight.
Yeah.
And I just
did.
tell you,
And got over 1,000 in his chat tonight.
oh, I was so happy for
I'm gonna
him.
need
I
Vincent
was
to
so happy.
work with. I'm gonna need Vincent to work with J Mall's baby mama, the disgruntled baby mama, and get her good and organized to help get her some money. I'm just
Nah,
like, because
cause
this
she
this
grimy.
man is so. Because I'm just like, he's organized with the receipts. He could tell the girl
Yeah.
exactly what he needs to, or well, she needs to prove her point. So the next time she goes in front of a judge, she just
Right.
don't look grumpy. I'm just thinking of all Vincent. Your tools can be utilized. Don't worry about Gigi. Don't worry
Yeah.
about Gigi. Go help J Mall's baby mama in Texas get her some shmoney.
No, when
But you
she
know what?
need to do things right. She need to cut it out.
Just
She
do
don't.
things right.
She just need
Exactly.
to
Well,
do
that's what I'm
things
saying.
Yeah.
In
right.
terms of receipts, he could get her a good little piece of paper ready for the judge.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they're
Because
already
look,
frustrated with her though. The problem with it, when you mess over the judge, you remember the judge told her.
but ain't the judge dismissed?
Did they remove the
Yeah,
other
they
judge?
removed that judge.
Yeah,
That
yeah, yeah.
They
yeah,
mad
she
now, huh? Oh no,
yeah.
no, not they mad done removed the judge. Is this like the YSL damn case? What's
Well,
going
someone was saying that she removed herself because she was getting threats because the stuff was on the internet.
Well,
That's what she
Mhm.
said. I don't know. That's
well,
the
that
truth.
lady was patient with her. I'm sorry to say, the next go round, Mari,
She liked the
Jamal
score.
baby mama better have her stuff together.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that was my thing because I'm like, compared to from when her last court date was to this court date, she had so much time. That anger and that animosity would have been put all into a spreadsheet, a Google Doc, or something
Yeah.
that says on this day I received this threat and I responded with whatever and we moved to Florida.
Yeah,
On
you can
this day I did
yeah,
this and here's my receipt. Like,
just map it
you're
down.
so emotional, but you didn't put that emotion into
Y'all
work.
better
Right.
leave my Instagram pastor and first lady alone. I done told you, Dr. Carey and Jamal is my Instagram pastors, and I don't know
Look,
what you trying to do over there.
look, Marcellus, after I get married, I'm gonna repost her clip. I love my husband. Look, that's about to be me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be just like her.
Look,
But, you
Jamal
know,
gave the woman everything she asked for. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I
Sandra.
think it's amazing to me though that Vincent can keep talking and I don't think he'll ever get sued. That's the funny thing about it.
Because it's facts.
Yeah, and see, and for Larry to always come out, and it's like, Larry, I think you would probably do better by not coming out and trying to debunk things, but being who he is, he just cannot leave it alone. And I know he starts thinking, if this gets too many legs, it's going to affect my bottom line.
Can I add? Can I add to
Mhm.
what you just said?
Uh-huh.
Think about this, St. James. If
Mhm.
he sues Vincent, automatically Vincent's gonna call Levante. When he
Yeah,
calls Levante and he calls some of these other folks, and then he brings these audio recordings in, this
yeah,
stuff becomes a matter of public record.
it does.
The one thing Larry does not want is he does not want the truth of who he is and what he is in the
Yeah.
public. Now he's fine
Well,
with it being on these little YouTube streets, but when you put that in the paper and it comes out in the paper, oh no, he
Mhm.
ain't feeling that.
but on top of that, Marcellus, he doesn't even have to call Levante. He just has to press play on all those tapes. He
Right.
could be like, no, Levante, you good. You can just sit this one out. I got you. He just
Yeah,
gonna have to press play on the tapes. But to Le Marie's point, Larry doesn't know how many receipts Vincent
he doesn't.
has.
He
So
does.
that's why he won't touch it. He doesn't know how many and how deep and how stacked
Yeah.
that evidence file is.
Mm.
It's too much of a risk.
Well, it's stacked. I think it's stacked. It's like a brick house.
Baby,
Either brick
look, for one
house.
sheet, a whole avalanche. A whole avalanche.
Well, but see, my thing is this, and I think a lot of us content creators have said this: is if Larry just closed his mouth,
Yes.
he wouldn't give anybody
Yeah.
any room
Yeah.
or any reason to
I've
talk.
said that. But the thing about it's funny because he won't put it on his own platform because he believes he's shielding it from, shielding all that from his own like his
The church,
subscribers.
the church folks that are really following him, he's trying to keep them away from it. But I'm gonna go a little bit
Yeah.
deeper. The celestial circle, which is his main donors, is
Yeah.
the folks that he's really more or less concerned about. That's why he
Yeah.
said he could stop his little Patreon tomorrow.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
Because when you're doing these prophetic phone calls and you're using a core group of people to fund your lifestyle, I mean, it
Yeah.
makes it relatively very easy.
Right. Well, but the thing is, I think when he sort of addressed it, he was just saying that the reason why he doesn't say it on his platform or give it attention on his platform is because his platform is for journalistic this that it's not about his personal or whatever, but he's low key trying to pretend like he's like, no, the only reason I address it on other platforms is because that's not what this page is about. That's not what, yeah.
St. James, ain't he talking about the same stories the rest of us is talking about?
The
He
same,
sure is.
the
Oh, okay.
same ones, the same ones.
Well,
The
shout out to all
Amen.
of you in the chat, all of the members of the St. James Show. Make sure y'all hit the like button, and if you haven't
Hit
subscribed to
that
the channel,
like.
make
I
sure that
appreciate
you
Look,
y'all
and I
coming
think
up.
we were able to keep the curse words to a minimum
Yeah.
after our wonderful entrance. But just in case,
I'm
$
sorry.
St. James Show, the St. James Show at att.net,
That's
at
right.
the St. James Show, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. Gone and drop a super chat. Let him keep doing the work of the Lord. The people in the bushes, we love you too. Don't you worry. Well, with the love of the
And
Lord.
oh yeah, let me correct that. I'm not saying I'm doing the work of the Lord.
Yeah, like we love you through the
I
Lord,
ain't
but
getting
that's
that deep
about it.
in it. The Lord
Yeah,
is allowing me to do what I do. Let's say that.
yeah. That word right there. That word right there. So
Yeah.
yeah, y'all in the bushes. Hey, keep it moving. Just y'all could give it up now. He okay over here. He's gonna be all right. He's
But you
not
ain't got to
taking it
convince nobody.
personal.
The people who be in other chats, they know what happens over here. They not dumb. They not crazy.
Right.
They're
And
listening
ain't
for
nothing
entertainment purposes.
personal. Get out your feelings.
Yeah,
Ain't nothing personal.
And how
they
about you have
listen. Go
and
ahead.
you have the ability to go throughout. The wonderful thing about these commenters on your channel, my channel, and some others,
Yeah,
they can bob and weave and go watch whomever they want to.
yeah,
Nobody is over here trying to insult you and make you feel bad and all of that other stuff.
Mhm.
I'm just trying to give you some information, whether you think I'm good at my job or not. I'm just giving you the information. That's it.
Yeah,
And that's what I love about
And we're
being able to be in these
respectful.
spaces.
If
yeah.
we go in people's chats, we're respectful in the comment section.
Because you
That's
know
the
what? I
other
never,
thing.
whether I go in your chat, Marcellus, or anyone's chat, I never want to overdo it where I'm taking the attention off of what the content creator is talking about. I'm
Right.
respectful because I don't like for people to come in my chat and just be doing way too much, trying to take the attention off the main thing, especially when you're doing something like Vincent was doing, like when you're doing your commentary. Now,
Right.
if we're on here as a panel, chat go off, because it's not focused on one thing. But I think it's very disrespectful. Like if Vincent's on there, if he's not like in the question and answer period, then let him cook and let him do his thing without you trying to bring attention to yourself in the chat. That's disrespectful.
Right. And if you look at the way Vincent was breathing hard,
Yeah.
if you look at how he
Mhm.
was moving, you could
Yeah.
tell emotionally he was in a
Oh,
space.
he
And I
wasn't good tonight with
right.
that. He was good with it, but we can tell it was way more emotional this time than I've seen him.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think because one of the things I'm telling you, when you do this work and people come out here and they just keep lying on you, it
Yeah,
affects you
yeah,
differently.
it
And and
does.
Yeah.
and, and I think this is you got to keep in mind, this is a man he had a 13-year affair with. And this man coming out here making these kind of statements about him after they've had some intimacy and all of these types of things. So you can imagine the mix of emotions that was going through this man's head.
And then say you're crazy, you got mental problem. But if you know, like he said, if you know this about me, why are you? And today he acknowledged on the other content creators page that he lied. He would lie to Vincent.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and then on top of that, with Vincent, like when I had popped into his members, only one for a little bit, I wanted to make sure because everyone was just like, giving him like just encouraging him. And I'm like, he has had to shed a lot since February. And within the last 48 hours, he has had to shed more than what he has over since February, basically. These last 48 hours, he has had to lift so much weight off of his shoulders. That has to be hard. And I know he's going to sit for a while and just have to like go through and process everything and speak to his therapist and whatnot. But yet, like nearly half of his lifetime is like a lie. And how do I unbrainwash myself? But I'm also still like, I still have certain habits and certain traits that I gained from this big chunk of my life.
And this was your spiritual leader.
Yeah.
And the person
Your
that was
mentor.
your mentor, and I can honestly tell you, anytime I talk about Clarence McClendon, typically where I have to like rebut something that he says, I get emotional. And I get emotional because he was my former pastor, my former leader. And it comes from
at one point you had so much respect and love for
absolutely
him.
And I've we've seen his kids come up and raise his children to become adults and etc. So it hits different when it's your spiritual when it's your spiritual leader or a person who's been in your life like that. So I understand the anxiety, I understand the emotion that's tied to that. And so when somebody's talking about you, but then again, you got this meatball person that's over there doing all of this talking, and you're just like, what? At some point, he was like, I'm tired of you ninjas.
Right. No. There has to come a point in all this where you have to say, as I'm doing, you don't get the I'm doing too much. You don't have no conviction. That's why I hate when people mix a lot of spiritual stuff in with a lot of this, and it's like, we be shady, we're carnal, but we're spirited and we're balanced. But you can't be absolutely nasty, just a wretched nastiness, and then you want to do this churchy stuff. It just doesn't. It just doesn't go like that. And it's not
and I think what they're trying to do, it's like they're purposely trying to get Vincent to crash out because Larry's crashing out. And Vincent, he had his crash out months right after, like, for those few months as everything was, he had his crash out time, hard, heavy crash out. Now he's had minimal crash outs, but they're really trying to get him to have a huge crash out so they can say, we told you. Now you want to believe him. Now you want to believe him.
He's crazy. He's off. He's mental. Yeah.
And that's his number one go-to thing. That's why he started with Tasha Global. The first thing out of Larry's bag is to always call you crazy and say you're mental and all of that kind of stuff. And that's why I supported Tasha Global. And I'll say again, ain't nothing wrong with that woman. She wasn't crazy when she gave him that $62,000 shit.
that they still hit her up for more.
And my thing is, when she was giving all that money, you wasn't calling her crazy. Wasn't nobody calling her crazy. And if she was giving it over there in that Patreon, you wouldn't be calling her crazy either.
Okay. And now that she's actually putting her money towards her ministry and her trips, baby.
And her margaritas.
Baby, look. Because I'm gonna be with Tarsha. I'm gonna be like, Tarsha, where we going?
Right.
What island we trying to be on? Because I love to be on an island, baby.
You need to come on the cruise with us in June.
Okay, come on, June. Get your deposit in.
Get it in. They accepted every dime of that 62,000. You better believe they did. You better believe they did. What? Okay, one last thing before we get out of here or whatever. Latrice in them emails?
Baby, now that part I heard. I was like, not she was trying to get Ashley.
Yeah.
That was all. So, like, I'll say this, and I think it's because I've heard it from, other people, and maybe most of it came from Vincent. But I think she had one of the worst stories out of their whole collective. I'm not sure. And she is the most,
Ashley is Levantre's wife.
yes. So she it's like she had like the most mental abuse. Well, like her and Kendall are kind of tied for the mental
I
abuse
think
for
so. Yeah,
Larry.
it might be. Yeah.
So for her, she's kind of just repeating the behaviors of the others, but because she likes females, it's towards females.
So for the people who don't know, if you wasn't on Vincent's tonight, Levantre came up and said that not only was the craziness going on with Shamarco and all this other stuff, Shamarco would rub on Ashley's feet, under covers. He would, and then Latrice was emailing her all these, emails like, and he calls them, looking back today, he calls them love letters because if you read them today, you can see that she was really into Ashley. And
Yeah.
Because
I'm sorry. Okay. So
wait a
look,
minute. Let Marcella, what'd you say, Marcellus?
No, I was gonna say because she's a lesbian, just like Larry's wife, Lisa.
Right. So and someone in the chat said that. So everybody's gay. All the men are gay, and all the women are lesbian. And the thing about it, I mean, from what they presented to us, that's what it looks like.
So what I'm thinking, because you know how people like to project. So they was trying to put TD Jakes with the peach cobbler.
Right.
They were trying to put TD Jakes at the Johnson and Johnson parties. They wanted that lifestyle. They wanted that swinging whatever lifestyle because also he other than touching her under the sheets, he went and spread her legs at the counter that one time.
Right. He spread her legs apart and like was humping her. And then Vincent said that would happen to him as well. So he can believe that happened to her. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just like, obviously they knew it was like a sex cult, but I'm like, maybe they're jealous that TG Jakes got to go to the Johnson and Johnson parties if he went.
Well, people have always said that Larry was just really, kind of a disgruntled thing because remember he said he used to support Jakes and maybe he wanted to kind of be in the same crowd as Jakes, but that just never came.
Yeah, but not for the spiritual reason, for the Johnson and Johnson. He wanted to bring in pink oil.
Nobody in ministry respected Larry. Now, I've had conversations with other individuals behind the scenes when it comes to Carlton, who supported Carlton in ministry for years and years. They were forced to deal with Larry because Carlton asked them to deal with Larry. They chose not to deal with Larry. They didn't want to be bothered with Larry. And so they went ahead and did it because Carlton asked him. He's always trying to put himself in spaces and places where he knows he's not respected. And that's another thing about Bernard Jordan. I hate to say it, but I'm going to go on and say it. He's not really respected either. This whole
and you said he begged to have Bernard as his mentor, right?
He sure did.
And then tried to flip it and say that Bernard approached him.
He lying through his teeth. But I know St. James is ready to get out of here. I love him.
I am. I appreciate y'all for coming up. I'm sure there'll be more to talk about.
Okay, it's about to be a busy week. We got to get our rest and get caught up on these videos, y'all. There's too many of them out there. There's too many.
Y'all pray for me and pray my strength in the Lord because I tried to stop this train from moving. I just want everybody in the chat to remember that.
Well, it didn't work.
It didn't work.
But you'll be on tomorrow, Marcellus, right?
Yes, I'm coming on at 9:50 at 9 o'clock tomorrow Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. And I might be on a little bit earlier in the day just to kind of kick it with y'all. But y'all listen to me. the internet streets about to be hot for at least the next 2 weeks. This thing gonna be hot.
It's getting real carnal up in here, y'all.
Seriously. All right, y'all.
Good night.
We will see you. All right. Listen, y'all. Wooten, Bishop Wooten. Let's check out what's Wooten. Sorry, not Wooten. Wooten. Let's check out what's going on here. But look at this. Y'all tried. Where's Ray at? Y'all tried to, talk about what's her name? Kiara Sheard, but she turned her pain into glory, okay? Guts. She made that little slip up of that guts, but now she has God's up to something. Me, that is a bop right there. So she said, y'all gonna, mess with me because of my slip when I said my family is in my guts. She said, God is up to something. You like you like a good gospel diss track. Yeah. I like it actually. Now it may be if y'all don't hear no music and we listen to Kiara's new little hit Guts. So I probably have to take it out. I probably have to take it out of the video because of copyright. But listen, I love it. You need a gut shirt? Okay, you need a gut shirt. Y'all hit that like button. I ain't even got 200 likes. All night we was over 400 something people, and y'all still ain't got 200. Can I get 3 of y'all to just hit that like button? Could you do it for me? Y'all, our favorite Kojic Bishop, y'all. Let's listen to what his wife has to say, what's going on with him. Let's see what's going on with Bishop Wooden.
Amen. What a joy, what a blessing it is to be in the house of God on this Sunday morning. I tell you, I could hardly contain myself when I came through the doors. What a blessing it is. And we certainly do give God all the glory, all the honor, and all of the praise. For indeed, he is worthy of the praise. Amen. And we certainly do give honor and respect to our great, mighty man of God, Bishop Patrick Lane Winans Sr. We thank God. We thank God for our leader. Amen.
Is anybody in that church? Anybody in that church, y'all? Where the members at? Where the members at, Wooden?
Praise God. We thank God for him doing and what is going on. Praise God. We thank the Lord for how the Lord has certainly blessed him and has allowed him to go through the storm. Praise God. And to come out and see the sun shining again. Amen. Praise the Lord. It started last Thursday night when he was Thursday night before last when he was preaching. His back went out, and so he came home. By the time he got home, he was hopping, but he came home and went to the chiropractor the next day, and they started working on him, and they worked on him. He started getting better, started improving, and then he started declining again. And so we ended up taking him to the doctor. It took him a long time to figure out what exactly was going on with him. And so they determined, what they found out is they discovered that he had an infection in his back, in those discs that were in his back. And so what inadvertently happened is they had to admit him into the hospital for them to treat that infection. And I thank God that they came back on, I think it was on Thursday, and let us know that all the infection was gone. Hallelujah. Glory to God. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
Thank you for that was I got that clip from 105. I forget what they call itself. But yeah, thank you so much. But yeah, so y'all tried to get Wooden out of here. He's not going nowhere. God healed his back and he's doing all right. You know. So, oh my God, she could make a mean banana. Ow. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good grief. Y'all are too much for me. But and also we praising God for Bishop Marvin. Marvin Winans is now cancer-free again. So he had a praise report, and I played a little bit earlier. So go, you can see on my page and see the entire video. Okay, so y'all can go do that. So I appreciate y'all coming through tonight. We just wanted to hop on and talk a little bit about Vincent's video and what was going on in these streets around here tonight. So if you would be so kind and make sure that you are supporting the platform, $ the St. James Show and $ St. James Show for Cash App. Either one will work. And then for Zelle and PayPal, the St. James Show at att.net. And then Venmo is the St. James Show. If you ever like to send me an email, make sure you send it to that email address, the St. James Show at att.net. And also add me on your other social media, Instagram, the St. James Show, Facebook group, the St. James Show, and also St. James Eats. This is my foodie Instagram, and also St. James Eats on YouTube. And as always, make sure you are a full member of the Carnal Church Sector. So click that subscribe button over there at the Carnal Church Sector YouTube page as well. All right, do that. I appreciate everyone who came up, Courtney and Marcellus and Jesse and Mari. Appreciate your input on that. Listen, we're going to see what's going to go on around here. People are still running their mouth and doing their thing. So we'll see what's going to happen around these parts. So we are getting out of here. Lena Bird opened us up earlier this morning. So we are going to end it tonight.
Just going to blow the sound of the shofar as our bishop makes his way to the top. C-sharp chord over there, please. After I blow the shofar, I need you to give God another shofar with the sound of your anatomical voice, saith the Lord. Do, 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 do.